Hey, this is Kurt and Sherrod.
That's right, and today we got Lisa Ann and Gilbert Gottfried on the show.
You see, they found out some metric that there's 10% more listeners if we record a stupid intro.
That's right.
So we got those two guests, and listen, don't listen. We
And
don't want you. You're a moron if you need that.
And I tell you about this, Lisa Ann or Gilbert Gottfried, I'm fucking one of them.
Yeah, I think you'll be surprised which one.
You are now checked in to Stand Up New York Labs. Oh, yeah.
Hey, a friend of mine asked me what I'm going to do for Movember. And I said, Movember, I think you have a speech impediment. But he said, no, Movember is the foundation where men grow their facial hair to raise money for men's awareness for health. Health awareness. I had no idea. But you know what? I guess I'm going to grow my hair. I'm going to grow my hair for Movember and raise some awareness and raise some money for men's health. And guess what? Harry's, that's right, Harry's, who we're partners with, the blade people, the razors, the blades for your scalps and your face. They're partners with Movember Foundation. So make sure you pick up some Harry's so when Movember's over, you can cut all that facial hair off and get back to work. That's right, the Movember Foundation, raising money for men's health awareness. All month of November, you call it Movember, and you raise money. Harry's, go to harrys.com. Check out the blades. They got to give you the 3 blades. You get the shaving cream or the gel. It hydrates your skin. It's $15. But if you use the promo code RACEWARS, that's right, RACEWARS, 2 words, you get $5 off. $10, you get the 3 blades. You get the shaving stuff, the gel that hydrates your skin. Get out there. Movember. Represent.
Race Wars. I know you're like, how could a white man be allowed to do that?
You can say the word only in the confines of this podcast. It's what we do, baby! Yeah!
You're out of your fucking mind, dude. I have the power! With Metzger and
Kurt's running late again. Welcome to the Race Wars podcast. We're back in the building. Gilbert Gottfried's here.
Yes.
Gilbert?
Yeah, I agree.
Welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you.
Where's the white man? Where's Kurt? Kurt Metzger. He should have been here already.
Yeah. Where's the white man? Can I speak to the white man? Can I speak to Kurt, the white devil?
How do you know I call him that?
Yeah.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah,
We're happy to have you here.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure. It's an honor.
Thank you.
We also have Lisa Ann in the building.
Hello, hello, hello.
Good God almighty, Lisa.
Hi.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Oh, my God.
I like that there's a helmet in here.
Yes, there's a lot of helmets in here pointed at you.
When I walk into a room of strange people and a couple funny ones and I see a helmet, I think everything's going to be all right.
Okay, good.
Yes.
So we got a fooled.
And I just think of a million punchlines that have to do with polishing my helmet. Yeah, it's like too easy already. It's like after a
Why
while,
just yours?
after a while, you just kind of point to the helmet and you go, all right, I can't even bother. It's too obvious. Yeah.
And Christine Nagel's back too. Christine.
Yes, hello.
Thank you. The fans loved you last week.
Oh, thank you.
They went crazy over that Philly girl.
Yeah, I gotta say, God bless everybody. It was really beautiful, and I appreciate your support. Also, it's Nangle.
Nangle.
Nangle, right?
What did I say, Nangle?
You said Nagel.
Nagel.
That's a more common last name.
Because I'm saying, you're my Nagel.
You could say that, yeah.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say it.
You thought it, though.
I've thought it every time I've written my name my entire life.
So welcome back.
I'm happy to be back, and you're in the studio.
I'm here now.
We met in person.
I was out last week shooting that pilot for A&E. Come on, white people with your promises. Let something score. Your broken white people promises. They owe me. God damn it, Gilbert. They owe me something. They owe me something out of this.
What else is on A&E?
It's not good stuff.
I always think of the Trivial Pursuit category when I...
There's a whole bunch of opening shit that they don't know what's inside of, like Storage Wars and some... they need us so bad. They need to just opening shit up and be like, oh, it's an umbrella.
I couldn't even tell you where that channel is on my guide.
It's 46 on Time Warner.
Okay, good to know. Thank you. I'll pass by.
I'll tell you what channel I see you on, though. I'll tell you that. Hey, the kids can't watch that channel.
I don't think you actually see it on the channel because that would mean you had to pay for it, and I know nobody pays for it. So.
I do still pay for it.
Good for you.
I'm old-fashioned.
You must have a lot of good karma coming your way by means of vaginas.
Oh shit.
Because we really do wish that for you people out there who pay for it.
I still pay for it.
What do you mean by you people?
People who pay for porn.
Yeah. I
Not
wish a
you,
lot of
Gilbert.
vaginas to you people.
Yeah, you people who pay for porn.
I think you people have suffered enough, and I'd like to wish you a tremendous amount of vaginas.
Thank you.
Vaginas.
Yeah.
40 vaginas and a mule.
Yeah.
At least 40 vaginas this
because
weekend.
I feel bad about slavery and sitting in the back of the bus and all that. So I really hope you have a lot of vaginas.
I appreciate
Yes.
that.
Yeah,
That's
That's what Dr. King wanted for us.
Yes.
40
He dreamt.
vaginas.
He dreamt
He
of-
said, I have a dream of a lot of vaginas.
Yep.
White vaginas, preferably, but I'll take any color, thank you. They had to edit it down
Oh, hey.
because it sounds bad in the speeches.
So they cut that part out.
Yeah, it doesn't sound as good.
If you get you get the transcripts, though. It's
When
in
he
there.
says, I have a dream that one day I'm going to get a big hairy vagina. and that it just didn't work the same way.
They didn't.
So
It didn't have the same.
Hi.
tremendous editing.
What
they
did I
had to
just
do.
miss?
You
I
missed
just
a whole
walked
bunch
in
of
on-
The
funny.
good parts.
Oh,
Yes.
Yes.
did you already make the special announcement? Because John made a special song.
What? No, I didn't make this.
Oh,
I
all right.
introduced everybody.
All right, that's
I
great.
made sure the show was funny.
Okay,
We
well, that's
laughed
great.
all the way up
It's
to
been
your
so
interruption of the
funny.
laughter.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
So
get ready
funny.
for a
You
very
Just
right
when
on
the
it.
show was picking up, you walked in and killed it.
I agree.
You
That happens.
you drove a stake through the heart of comedy.
We've got an hour and a half to get it back. I mean,
Nah, I
We'll
think
never
it's
have
pretty
it
much dead now.
it's just finished.
Yeah.
You ruined it.
Yeah.
Well, I hope this can cheer everybody up. this
Yeah, I'm
week.
sure this will change everything. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm
Well,
on the
I'm
edge
not-
of my seat. Yeah.
Not for Gilbert, maybe not.
Yeah.
Or for Lisanne.
Yeah.
But Caitlin quit the show.
Oh, what? Caitlin quit the show?
Yeah, news Caitlin quit
What's
the
going
show.
on?
That's
What-
why Aaron is in the Caitlin show.
Right, I see Aaron, and I use, we talked about that, but what's going on with Caitlin? I don't know
Okay,
the
so
whole...
I was just gonna say this is what I was gonna announce, which that was she wants to do her own thing, and
Yeah.
we wish her luck. But that's not what she wants me to say. She wants me to say she quit the show because we're not paying her.
Paying her for what? For paying her money?
Yeah, I told her. Listen,
Welcome to the club, bitch!
yeah,
Welcome to...
Sherrod.
No,
Get in
she
line.
wants to get paid in vaginas.
I know
Like
it.
a lot of people.
Look,
Yeah.
I did my best to explain to her that we were paying her per laugh she generated, but she wasn't.
She owes her some money, actually.
So she's in the hole about $600 with the show right now. So anyway, John and Shelby, where's Shelby? Is he not
He
here?
was at the office making it.
Oh, Shelby, God bless his heart. And
Yeah.
by the way, I was about to say, now, have you seen Shelby before from from Bennington show?
Who the hell is Shelby?
He's our producer, the one.
Oh,
that-
Shelby, yeah.
the dude that you're like, I'm probably gonna rape you one day
Yes,
when you
yes.
look at him.
Young face?
Like I don't even have a feeling like that, but just when you look at him, you're
Oh,
like,
you want to push him over and put your dick in him?
because on his face he looks
I'm
like
just trying to understand this.
it looks like he's gonna
Just
be
trying
like,
to too.
yeah. Well, you'll meet him, you'll understand. They call
Okay,
him
great.
fleshlight mouth, so whatever.
Yeah, fleshlight mouth.
Whoa!
He does have a fleshlight mouth.
Will I
His mouth
meet him
is moist.
tonight?
I don't know, but God bless. His new name is Hero because he just made our Caitlin farewell song.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, so great job, Shelby.
Well, I miss
Guess who's-
Caitlin. Caitlin was good.
Yeah, guess who's not getting raped? Shelby.
Shelby's not getting raped?
Yeah,
Why?
I take it back because he made this song for us.
No, I got to hit a song before I can take off all rape rape intentions.
Well, all right, go ahead and play the farewell commemorative Caitlin song, won't you?
I also think that like the creative process is already hard enough. If something wakes you up in the middle of the night and makes you giggle, I think that you have a responsibility to try it out on stage and explore it. You know,
Oh, thank God you interrupt me to say that. Can you cool her mic down? You out of your fucking mind?
They peeping to see a naked bitch do stuff.
Let me tell you something about Jay and Lewis. Number one.
I'll make it sexy.
Hold on,
bitch.
hold on. This is how this is. You see, like the
I
dumbness.
babysit Lewis's kid.
Listen to me. You're so dumb.
If you were
at
at
the same
home
time-
making a home, we would have a much better podcast.
So, does anybody pay attention to the jokes what his titties about?
Yeah, you'd be shocked at how quickly the audience acclimates to everyone being naked. Like, everyone gets over it.
I think you'd be shocked at how quickly they can hide what they're thinking.
I don't know.
It's a fucking horrible fucking idea.
It's not a terrible
I mean,
idea.
holy shit, have I heard some dumbass gimmicks.
Just be you.
I am me.
You're
and
not a slut. You're not an academic.
Gavin,
you're not political.
Gavin, I know
but
this
you've
is going to be
created
difficult
this
to
fake
understand
Jewish
because like
character.
you like to put people into like some very definite
My
black
theory.
and white boxes, but I am the product of my experience, and my experience includes a bunch of shit.
No,
I was a military kid.
You're a military kid. That's who you are.
So people can
You're
only be
white.
one thing.
You're white.
One
You know what
thing.
you are? You're a jigger.
What?
What does that mean?
What does that
You know,
even
like
mean?
wiggers think they're black?
Yeah.
You're a white chick who thinks she's Jewish.
All right, I gotta give it to Shelby on
It was
that.
beautiful.
Shelby did a tremendous job on that. Wow, good one. Good job, Shelby.
Yeah, that was,
I didn't put a little
Jigger,
echo
jigger,
on the end of it.
that was
I feel
beautiful.
terrible about saying those rape comments about him.
That was beautiful.
Yo, straight up, that made me miss graduation.
Did you introduce
Yes,
Philly?
yes, of course I did. Philly Girl is part of this show now.
That made me miss graduation, but I gotta say that like the theme song from Titanic made me miss senior prom. And also everything I do for you makes me miss the father-daughter dance.
Philly Girl's from Philly, and she just relates to the show as best she can in her Philadelphia way.
The Philadelphia ways.
Do you know Christine Dangle, Gilbert? Have you ever met her? She writes for Amy's show with me.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I don't know
Yeah.
more people.
No,
There you go.
every time you talk, you're just killing whatever life there is in this room. Yeah. You just come in and suck the life
Right out of the room, don't he?
show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's,
With his clumsy ways.
yeah.
Just
Kaylee ain't here.
clumsy.
Somebody's got to be whole of the show now, and I volunteer.
We call him the new Caitlyn around here.
Yeah, they call me New Kaylee. I'm going to tell you how I feel about everything I say first from now on.
Well, as I'm gonna miss Caitlyn. Caitlyn was she was good,
Yeah, well,
but
it
I
was
knew
fun to-
yeah.
It was fun to have a.
I just knew something would blow up between y'all, and we have to.
Well, whatever. We made a song. It's cool.
The song was beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean,
And now we got. And by the way, this is great to have Lisa Ann here because remember the big debate we got in. Remember that dude from Chicago that called in
right.
when the Duke porn star.
Bell Knox.
Yeah, when she came
Bell
out.
Knox.
Yeah.
Bell Knox.
You
That's a
remember
good
that? You
name.
remember the show? The guy from
Would you,
Chicago
Lisa
called
Ann?
in.
Would you, Bell Knox? Would you?
Wait, she got a story about it. That's why I'm setting up.
If you recall, Belle was the girl that got into the industry last year, was a student at Duke. And
Poser.
it made quite a lot of media. And she was actually, she's an intelligent kid. She did write a great article for Rolling Stone.
All the
She
things
wrote
I
a
hate
great
about porn
article
stars. Great
for
articles
Time.
and an amazing kid.
But she should have never been a porn star. And where this really gets to is this is a girl that was in a situation, all she ever wanted to do was go to Duke. Right before school started, her parents come to her and say, we don't have the money to put you through school. Both her brother and sister had already gone through school, so she never considered this to be an option.
That last kid, sometimes
She went
it happens.
online and she went on Craigslist, and as crazy as it sounds, she booked herself enough work to cover her first semester of school, and she was going to figure it out from there. And sadly, at 18, this crime that she made was just being 18 because she got herself into something she should have never been into. She thought no one was going to find out, and when they did, she was embarrassed and she didn't know how to manage it. And then she kind of took the PR route and really spun it and tried to do it because the opportunity was there.
Yeah, it presented itself.
But a sexual act, being a porn star isn't just something that you can go on and say, I'm showing up to accept this paycheck today. And there's a lot of directors that will shoot a girl once because they just want that name on their product. It's like branding. It's like anything else. Yeah. But if you're going to walk on my set and you're going to accept a check from me, you're going to do a scene that's going to be worthy of the product that I sell.
Oh, you sound like me talking to one of those prostitutes I get.
Yeah.
These kids don't want to fuck for their money.
If you're going to come in here for this $40, you're going to do $40 worth of shit, bitch.
Listen, I'll tell you what I said to Belle the first day, and Kurt already heard this story, but I was just, what I did was I took her under my wing for a month, and I had booked her out enough work that I was going to produce myself that would allow her to go back to school for the entire year and feature dance once a month on weekends, and I would slowly release this product for her so she still had her brand name growing but didn't have to engage anymore. We had to cut this work workload to about half because the first day when I actually saw her face to face.
With a dick?
We can swear here, right?
Yeah.
With a penis.
Cock.
And mind you,
Veiny.
this is all a production that I'm
Talk slowly.
I'm paying for,
and in French.
And it's the first day, and I realize how many people in the industry have shot this girl, and honestly, they really shouldn't have because she shouldn't have been.
She's a rookie. She wasn't
She just
ready for that.
wasn't a sexual being, and this really wasn't for her. It's not healthy for her mind. But I walked into the set, and I had to take a knee. You know, I took a knee. It was just the most discouraging
take a knee.
thing.
That's like a sex thing? What are you talking about?
No.
You took the knee, the whole knee?
I had to take a knee,
Nothing but the knee?
and like take a moment when I saw her actually touch the penis for the first time because it was the saddest. There was no love. There was no compassion. There was no adoration.
It was like she was hugging a grandfather she didn't know.
Look how Sherrod touches my penis.
I walk into set, I take a knee, and I look at Belle, and I said, Belle, so you know this is my set now, and this is not blow fun. This is blow job.
Oh.
So you need to suck that thing like it's your job because really I'm giving you a paycheck. I'm not handing you a paycheck. You're earning a paycheck. So that penis paycheck, think about it. You want it. And I'm doing the whole pep talk. Like this was the moment when I realized
this. You're like Lombardi when it comes to dick sucking.
I got to sell this product and I want to sling it to
and
cable,
Lombardi
to
did
Europe,
suck my dick.
Yeah.
That's what's so funny about it.
Wait.
So she was like the Rudy.
The Rudy of
Wait, but you said she was a non-sexual being. What did
she
you
was
say?
just a non-sexual
Yogi
being.
Berra
This
sucked my
wasn't
cock
for her
one
at all.
time. Yeah. Mickey Mantle on his deathbed
It's not over till
sucked my dick. This is true.
I thought you were going to say
Yeah.
Meek Mill for some
Yeah.
reason. When you started, I was like, wow, Meek Mill? Really?
Meek Mill, who
That's
played for the
rad.
Yankees. Yankees
All
outfielder,
right.
Meek Mill.
But yeah, I mean, so we were talking about the fact that he caught heat for this situation. I wanted to just verify the fact that no, this wasn't the right fit for her. And as soon as I got to know her as a person, I spent every moment I could trying to talk her out of it and trying to
Working with
prepare
wayward girls.
her.
Working with wayward girls, trying to get them back on the right track.
Yeah, this is not the business for everyone.
I agree.
You know, it's not, and everyone thinks it could just. And it's like a gang. Once you're in, it's kind
That
of hard to get
baseball
out.
player Purcell, who Anthony Perkins played.
He touched you. And you don't remember his full name?
What was that? Yeah, what was that movie? Not Fear Strikes Out.
I never saw the Anthony Perkins baseball movie.
Yeah,
No.
yeah. There was an Anthony Perkins.
Okay.
Someone
creepy
look
shit.
up.
You know what? You're
It
making
had
me
to
feel
do
young.
with a real life,
making me feel young.
real life baseball player
Right.
who went.
And we were just talking about
went
penis.
nuts.
'Cause
It was
his mother
it was
died.
Pearsall.
So much good penis
Was
talk.
look
you know?
up the name.
You
I
pointing
was
at something.
taking
You
a
pointing at
knee.
this
Jimmy
It's not
Pearsall.
Look it up.
fun,
Look up
it's
the name,
blow
sir.
job.
Yes.
And we're talking
Jimmy
about
Pearsall.
It's Jimmy
This
Pearsall.
is unbelievable.
I was right. Jimmy Pearsall. Jimmy Pearsall sucked my cock and went crazy after it.
Listen,
Yeah.
hold on,
Good.
Lisa.
I think I remember
Wait,
that.
wait, can I just listen?
I remember
Gilbert
that.
has to talk about baseball, not to come. So can
No,
you just
wait.
let him
This is important.
Can you let him
One
do it?
time,
baseball.
one time, a child was
Oh,
dying in the hospital.
here's where it takes a turn. I cannot.
and I was there with Babe Ruth.
We found it.
Yeah.
Fear Strikes Out.
Fear Strikes Out.
And there's Anthony Perkins, right? That's
right.
Yeah, that's it.
I directed
Jimmy
a baseball
Pearsall.
movie. It was themed by 3-on-1s, and I
so
called it Bases Loaded.
I was
Bases Loaded. 3-on-1.
I was in the hospital room.
That was a great title.
Listen,
Bases
I
Loaded.
was in the hospital room
3-on-1s. Three
Of-
guys, one girl.
of a dying child who wanted Babe Ruth to hit a home run for
Right.
him.
Hit one for me, babe.
And he said, but I'll settle for Babe Ruth giving Gilbert Gottfried a blowjob.
What a nice kid. What a good kid that kid
So
is.
he died happily.
What a great story.
Pride in this room.
It makes me
The
cry
pride.
to
pride.
think about it.
So much pride. So much pride.
You
No
did it
one
for
is
little
proud of-
Timmy. You did it for little Timmy.
All right, now.
back to my 3-on-1. Bases loaded.
Oh shit!
Wait, what were we talking about before Gilbert
We were
went off
talking
about
about
baseball?
penises
Listen,
and bad blowjobs, and there's too many of them out there. But
You
he's
gotta-
gotten all the good ones from all the best players.
Well, those
he's like
guys
the
are
home run
champions.
derby of blowjobs from every single all-star and someone that hasn't gambled like Pete Rose.
It was great.
This was great. Are you a Mets fan?
Abbott and Costello, while doing that "Who's on first
Right?
routine,
Okay.
both blew me. Yeah, which was an honor because they were legendary.
Who's on
comedy.
balls? Who's on balls? I'm Huntain. I remember that routine. It was classic. It's a classic routine.
You just brought up an Anthony Perkins picture. Like we all. What is that Anthony Perkins picture? Oh, right. Yeah. Besides Psycho, there's nothing coming to mind. All right.
Oh man,
regroup.
that felt good. Well, listen, when the car's sliding, you turn into the slide.
Yeah.
That's how we do this show.
Yeah, no shit.
Thank you for that slide, sir. I enjoyed it.
I'm happy for the amount of celebrity blowjobs you've gotten.
Well,
Feel really good about that.
they're not all equal. I mean,
Let's get down to
Well,
the
they're all
brass
dead.
tacks of
They've
this.
all been, and
all
I
dead.
don't follow sports at all.
Really?
But it's all legendary athletes who have sucked my dick.
It sounds like you should. Sports follow you, apparently.
How about Tom Landry, the legendary coach of the Dallas
Cowboys
Cowboys?
coach, head coach,
Why not? You know?
with the hat on.
Yeah.
the
Smoking the
fedora?
stogies on the field.
anyway, that was the big argument with Caitlyn with stupid Belle Knox. Remember that?
Wait, what?
Belle Knox's feminism of becoming a porn star.
Oh,
This
yeah,
is why I
with the
wanted
new
to tell
girl,
the
yeah.
story. Because
There was no feminism there.
Yeah, we had this dippy
No.
guy yelling at us. They're like, "Why are you judging her?" I'm like, "No, I'm just saying." Oh,
It's a nice phone ringer.
It's Cosby.
that's my fucking Bill Cosby ringtone now. It's from the Cosby Show. We found an album of Bill Cosby
was
talking to
great.
kids about drugs
It's a classic
and
episode.
separated every track, and now that plays. And I always leave it on.
It's a very productive use of downtime.
Belle Cox.
Yeah.
Belle Knox.
So does she not make
Belle
porn
Knox.
anymore now?
No, she doesn't.
So what she do now? She a nurse or
She's
something?
going to school full time at Duke.
She has
Getting
she
teased.
writes too, guys.
She does write.
writes.
She's actually a great writer.
She's written for us.
Yep. She's
What?
a great writer.
Yeah.
Jezebel will have anybody write for them.
No,
Yeah.
she's a very
whore!
she's a super smart girl.
Yeah, she really is. She's also like a libertarian, which
Right.
is really interesting. I think she's probably the sexiest libertarian.
True.
I
Yeah,
watched
that
clips
means
of her
almost
online.
nothing.
I didn't think it like. I'm surprised you say she's like asexual. Like she looked like she was into it in the ones I saw. But
The
is that
thing
like a lot of
you
editing?
guys know it's very common nowadays. This is a new thing that your generation and my generation didn't really know about. But kids today like to cut themselves.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
called cutting.
Oh yeah.
So when I'm booking Belle for these movies, all the other directors before me, they're like, "Oh yeah, she used to be a cutter," and I'm like, "Okay, no big deal," And then I meet her, and it wasn't like cut marks. It was like she actually tried to saw off her own legs. Like she had cut marks from here to here with keloids that were this thick and this wide, like inches, and even keeping the guy's hands there during a scene, you can't cover it enough on high def. And to me,
You telling me that
Is
her
that why she had
thighs?
sweatpants on in that one? Is that what?
to
Seriously?
me,
To
I
hide
look at it
that?
like
You mean her thighs were ribbed for his pleasure?
You know what? Wait.
I should have sold that.
Do you know what
that
I-
could have been one of my taglines. In
Do you know what I blame,
movie.
Sherrod?
God damn it.
Fruit Ninja. Before that came out, Fruit Ninja is what I blame.
But
for
so
that.
that kind of turned
It's
people
like
off sexually.
100 tiny
I bet.
fingers urging you to let go.
It is Twinkie fingers.
Poor thing. That poor Belle Knox. We
Oh,
gotta-
she's good now.
What was the fight about? Like, what did Caitlyn say versus what you guys were
It,
saying?
was,
Oh.
it wasn't Caitlyn fighting with us. She just, because she has her dumb one-woman show about being an escort. So that's why she likes those kind of.
Don't call it dumb, Kurt. Let her live.
It's called contagious.
Okay. It's,
Super female friendly. If you've seen the Curb Your Enthusiasm when Larry says cunt at the poker table, it like ruined everything. So
Well, it's not. It just had nothing to do. I'm not gonna get into it. There's a million things wrong with it, but yeah, it's a fucking dumb pun.
let's get
So-
to the real facts of this.
Yeah.
What boob size are we talking here, Lisa? What are we talking?
I downsized. I did a little deflate gate myself this season. When I retired, I went from a 36 double D to a 34 D, and I'm gonna tell you something. I'm shrinking from just changed my diet when I retired and my new lifestyle. I can actually run for the first time, and like runner's high is something you don't know when your boobs are so big that even with 3 sports bras, it's not comfortable to run, right? So you just don't run. You ride the bike. You keep yourself stationary, right? So now I'm like running, and my arms and also there's a virtual golf room in my building where I can actually use a club actually properly right now because the angle is right. It's very, to me, they seem like perfectly almost small, which is awesome. They could even be smaller, but I didn't want to freak people out.
Right.
Because it's pretty traumatic. When the guys first saw bikini photos, they were just like, how could this be? I'm like, yes, I would like to look like a human being now. I'm not longer.
Why did you get them that big in the first place?
Super purposeful.
Human
More
beings
guys
overrated,
buy
by the way.
Polaroids and photos with you.
Can
the
I
bigger your boobs
point
are.
something out though?
Yeah.
I also have my own deflate gate because I had an inflatable gate around my backyard, and I had 2 rescue pit bulls in there, and they kept jumping up trying to get my neighbor's poodle. And this is when I have realized that you shouldn't have an inflatable gate. So I'm just hoping somebody else can rescue them pit bulls off the street.
That's a good point. That's a good point, Philly girl.
Philly girl's possibly the best character we ever had in the show.
I just like that she's taking care of those pit bulls. Somebody's got to do it.
So let me ask you, what size is your penis?
I was like about 9 inches, I guess.
Are you? How hard were you, and how many times have you measured it? And
I measured it several
think,
times.
I'm sure you do. Because you think, well, today I'm feeling myself. I think I'm a little bit bigger. I'm
Yeah,
good.
when I'm feeling
Starting
flatey-flate.
over again.
Right. Guess what mine is?
Yeah.
1.5
What a
faces.
I
had
had
face length.
I had my penis shortened recently because I would get an erection and it would hit me in the face. So I had to do something.
You couldn't work out as much.
Yeah, it was just.
It was too much.
Too much. I don't think it could ever be too much, though. And I wish you would have hit me up before you
It's
did
not
something
always
about
a blessing.
that. I would have shot that in a second.
How old were you when you lost your virginity?
Are you guys in Gilbert?
Yeah, both.
I'm still waiting.
14.
14.
Yes.
Was it a family member?
No.
Don't say it like that. You know that uncle I'm talking about.
No, I'm talking about.
Trying to say
no.
it like that. You know I know your life, girl.
Was it somebody much older than you, though?
No, the real first official time I planned with a boy that I was dating from school, that I actually just found his school ID from 1986. I must have ganked that shit after we did it.
Well, he ganked you,
But
so you might as well take the ID.
We were like dating, and he wanted to do this. And I remember I was like, I was living with my dad. I was kind of disconnected from my family. I had nobody to talk to. So I went down to the school nurse, and I was like, listen, guy I'm seeing wants to have sex. I know it's inevitable. What do I do? She's like, you have to go to Planned Parenthood. I must have read every single pamphlet, and that my biggest fear my whole life has been getting pregnant. So the responsibility of someone else just doesn't sound awesome to me. And I did the whole thing. So I remember going back and reading him the pamphlets and saying, so if we have to wait 90 days for this to kick in, like I was not taking any chances.
Right.
So I probably took away a little bit of the excitement for the kid, don't you think?
No.
No,
That
not
sounds wonderful.
Tuesday the 17th, 3 months from now. Yeah, because the pill's got to kick in, and I still want you to use a condom.
He's going to mark the calendar with an X every day.
Every other day means
It's not,
nothing.
there's nothing there.
For all you guys out there, it was your first time was so amazing. For all the girls
No,
out there,
wasn't amazing.
you thought your friend's boyfriend was so much better than your boyfriend because the story she came back to tell you that made you actually think maybe I should do this was how awesome this guy
She was just a better liar than you. That's all that was.
I just wanted to
Everybody's
fuck all
a
my
mess.
friends' boyfriends at that point because I was like, every guy seems to be better at this than the guys that
Whatever
I'm
story you got to
with.
tell yourself to get yourself to sleep. You just fucked everybody's boyfriend. And then he's like, the stories were so good. No, it's not
I
the
don't know.
stories.
I don't think you gotta like bother with no birth control pills or nothing like that. Like I swear to God,
Back
this
there,
is
they
what
don't.
works. I will tell you what works. You douche with Diet Mountain Dew. It works. I swear to God.
Okay.
I only like half my cousins that ought to have like 10 kids have like 5.
Mountain douche? Is it mountain douche? Is that what you call it?
Oh my God. That's amazing.
Oh, man.
How old were you?
What? I'm waiting. Yeah, I'm saving myself for Jesus. Yeah.
I went to a dance with my father. And he promised. I promised him.
Unfucking believable.
I was like 20.
Oh, I was. It was a summer when I was turning 14, but I was 13.
You told me you were 22.
That's right. It was months, Kurt. 22 months.
Oh.
And yeah, but it didn't happen again for like a year and a half, 2 years. So it was just a fucking waste.
You were that good, huh?
I was awful. I spilled everywhere. I'm still the same. Just clumsy and veiny. He's pointing at you right now. So you're in.
I'm not worried.
I know you're not. I can tell by you looking at me.
You know, I got to ask you guys something I was thinking about last night. I'm really in this quandary.
Oh, sorry.
Why do guys think it's important to send me cock shots on Twitter?
Well, just unsolicited. They go, hey, here's a cock shot.
Or they use it as their Avi, or it's just like, hello, and there it is, and they're never that great looking. I mean,
mine comes in 3 shots because I can't get the whole dick in one. So you get balls, shaft, and then head.
I don't get that.
You put it together in your house.
But I just wonder, what do you guys think by doing this? Is this appealing? Has this worked for them? Am I supposed to be like so drawn to it? Like I'm gonna DM you right now?
I apologize for that. Secondly, I've never tweeted.
I sent dick pics before, but I never sent it to a girl that I didn't fuck already.
Yeah,
and
somebody
get laid
that
from
wanted
I never
it.
got laid from it. I never used to get laid.
Did you ever send it without her asking? Like, did she?
Oh yes.
She knew it was.
If I gotta wait for her to ask, I'll never send it.
You want to hear something awful? My mom told me after my dad died that, like, back in the 80s, my dad faxed my mom his dick from work.
That's not awful. I think that's fantastic.
That's love, Kurt. That's your parents loving each other.
I don't know. Somehow when it comes out of my mouth, it doesn't feel awesome. That's awful.
I've never gotten a dick pic from a guy I was dating.
Oh, you know what? You started following me on Twitter, right?
I think so.
Yeah, you did. So you know what? I'll just tweet
Guess
at you,
what?
and guess what? You're gonna
Hook
get
her up,
100 of my
Yes.
run-on dick pics.
Wait,
I share dick pics.
Hold on, you must get, like, some kind of crazy shit just to your professional account, though, right?
Well, what we did one year
Well,
when I had.
Yeah, she works with Jezebel too.
No, she writes that website.
So-
Erin gets weirdo things all the time.
It's usually
But threats.
like it's mostly like I'm gonna kill you, not like I'm gonna fuck you. Which
So Lisa's getting the nicer?
Yeah.
End of the
You're
deal?
getting- I get the death threats too. I also get the you should kill yourself a couple times a day. Usually I write them back like, oh, I'm sorry, I got a full day. But
Is anybody like, I'm going to kill you with dick?
no, but I did have a guy mail me his semen once.
Oh, so you got it.
How did it?
Because
He was an actual little sailor. That sent you?
No, Gilbert. It's sperm. Come on.
Yes, I gotta see.
He
semen
put Popeye
in a Ziploc baggie. In a Ziploc baggie.
Wait, what? Oh, it was in a Ziploc bag with
And
the
mailed
freshness?
It was in the 90s when I used to have a P.O. Box fan club, and I remember just being like very male afraid for quite some time.
Well,
and then
yeah,
also, as I
getting
got
bags
older,
of
I could
cum.
laugh more about it, thinking like, so what were his expectations? What was I supposed to do with it when I got it? Did I handle it properly by just
Here's-
melting down, or
here's
was
what
I
he
supposed to
did.
rub it all over me, get out the turkey baster? Like, where
Well,
was he
if
at
you
with
had
this?
read my letter, you would know.
He wrote it in calligraphy.
I promise. Here's what he sent it out, and he was like, "Now all I have to do is sit and wait." Just satisfied. My job is done.
She
Got
said
that.
they hit me up, and we're gonna have a baby together.
Maybe he worked for Ziploc bags. Maybe he's just trying to be like, isn't this a great product? Ziploc bags.
You know what? And
Yellow
it is a
blue.
great product.
Yellow and blue make green.
That's a good point.
Ziploc. That would be a great commercial for Ziploc bags.
So, like DNA
Go
in
into
it?
your PO box and receiving cum, and it's still, you know.
But I don't think he thought past like dropping the letter in the mailbox.
Yeah, I don't think he had
there
a-
was not enough.
No,
there was
he
not
didn't.
enough
Not like a
info with
follow-through,
it. There was
yeah.
not the follow through, and really, it scarred me then. But like later in life, as I got more of a sense of humor, I was like, it's kind of funny. Like it's kind of fucked up. Like what do you want to do with it? Like what was he thinking? Like wonder what he's thinking now. He probably wonders if I got it. He's probably still.
He's
on a
like,
cliff
do I
right
have
now.
a son somewhere?
What did you do with it? Do I have a son?
I threw it out.
I did
He
mail
didn't throw
the
it out.
bag
You
of
threw it
sperm
out?
Oh
out.
my god!
Oh,
you,
yeah.
could write, you could write a screenplay about that and call it The Mail Carrier.
There we
I'll do
go.
it.
We're
I'll
on
do
to
it.
something.
Do
We're
I-
totally on to something.
You shouldn't have wasted it though. You should at least Cameron Diaz your bangs with it.
Yo, I used to wear gloves just to open my mail as it was. Like, I'm a kind of a germaphobe, believe it or not, as a porn star and a previous stripper of 20-some years, yes.
Did you Windex the pole before you danced?
Yo, I had them sterilize the stage with rubbing alcohol before every show. The whole club would smell
stage?
like rubbing. Yeah.
You come in there like,
the
why?
rags would be black. I would buy a case of alcohol every gig and a box of rags, and I'd be like, all right, everybody, here's 50
It's like, why does it smell like haircuts in here?
But you know what? The whole place smelled sterile, and it made me happy.
Why does it smell like Barbershop 2 in here? Cedric here, Cedric.
My vagina is going to be on the floor. I would like it to be sterile. Okay? All right.
Note to
There you
self.
go. Note to self.
No, my ex, I remember I told you my ex was a stripper, and she came home in her stripper outfit, and she looked hot. I'm like, I'm going to eat you out right now. She's like, you shouldn't do that. I was like, no, I don't even care.
No, listen to her. I date a lot of strippers, but yeah.
And boy, should I have listened to her. And I was like, and I mean, it was not even like I would have just, because I made her do it, I would have just faked that, oh, okay, just you're right, but it hit me so hard, that pole. Dude, it's like you got to roll nickels up her pussy. For
it's real metal. It's real metallic.
It's like metal, and that's what shocked me. And
it's
so she could just see on my face. Like, I did try to hide it because I felt bad. Like,
you're such a great actor that you hit it
no,
really
I'm terrible.
well.
Terrible actor. I went, woo! I made a Ric Flair noise. It was not hot. It was not cool.
Not hot.
Yeah.
Not hot. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, good God.
But I was like 20. I didn't know how to deal with it.
This is relatable.
You would do it now.
Everyone can relate to this conversation.
This stuff we all can relate to.
Yeah.
Well, because who brought up the thing about Entourage? About when, who's the manager? E? Like his girlfriend was coming to visit and she was on her period, so he couldn't fuck. And none of them were like, just put a towel down?
Yeah,
They're
nobody
like,
said just
"Hey."
put it down. They're like, oh, yeah, you can't fuck your bitch on it.
Oh, you can.
You can also use makeup
I've been in
sponges.
situations where I pulled out tampons and rolled them around in the air and threw them against the wall and made them walk down like a sticky spider.
Yeah.
Well, as you
Sherrod wouldn't give
know,
a fuck.
Sherrod's earthy, as Norton
for
calls him.
movie sets, so we know, we have them douche with ice cold water for like 10 minutes
Their
to slow
buttholes
down.
take the ALS challenge.
Wait. Just slow down the blood, and then we put makeup sponges up there so we can shoot the scene.
Wait, makeup sponges.
Because you can't cancel a production because the girl's on her period.
Oh,
that's right. My inner voice.
IUDs. If you have an IUD, you don't get your period.
IUDs aren't safe for people that have multiple partners, so it's not safe for someone in the industry. It carries a lot of bacteria and disease.
Wait, you guys are not faithful? My bad.
By the way, on Gavin's show,
But you guys were just,
dude, on Gavin's show, Gavin knows a lot of porn stars, I guess. So I did his
I
show.
guess.
This
Of course
girl
he
was
does.
talking to us.
A-list
And
porn stars, or what kind of porn
Well,
stars?
she was-
Like everyone
look,
says they're a
good-
porn star.
Good enough for me.
Boom, she's right.
I don't know where she was on the list, but she was good enough for me. But she was, she's like showing us her pussy and shit. Like, and I'm like, wow, this show is like intense. And then we were talking about my open thing where I do with Karen, right?
Yeah.
And she started judging me. She's like, I would never let my boyfriend.
But that's how people think.
You
People
just
don't
showed
see-
me your asshole in the fucking over Skype.
Yeah. But that's how some people, they narrow-minded and they only see their shit and they can't.
How do you square that shit? Where you like give a judgy face after you just got done talking about how you're the best at anal?
No,
It's like
you're
the
both
dude
animals.
at the strip club that just spent $100 to get a dance with me,
Not
but yet
you,
is
you're
furious I won't have sex with him. He's judging me that I won't have sex with him, and I'm judging him right back because he spent $100.
Didn't you see the
for
quotes
one
when he
song.
said dance?
Well, let me tell you right now, Lisa, I'm not spending anything and we're going to have sex. Me and you.
That's probably going to happen, but
That's a lie.
I'm just saying we
I'm
didn't meet at a
spending
strip
nothing.
club. At a strip club, it was like,
I actually
I've
need
met
a couple
you
dollars
here.
to get me through the week. I need a couple dollars from you to get me through the week.
Here's
Sherrod's
the thing.
one hepatitis test
I
out of
do
his
not.
business.
No boys are getting any money from me. I'm just saying.
I'll dance
never.
around and clean in a
I don't-
French
nah,
maid
I can get that for free. I
Hmm.
can go out right now and get a kid like Joe. Do whatever I need him to do.
I'll be
Have
there.
sex me what I want and leave the second I'm done with him. He'll take my trash out, like the shit I get dudes to do.
Listen, if it's Joe, it's going to be 3 seconds before you.
for us.
Yeah, we're going to produce a whole damn show. Damn,
Hey, you're not getting extra stuff. You fucking us too, Joe. If you fuck her,
Come on,
you ain't
Joe.
giving her extra shit. You ain't
You know
giving
how
her.
he feels about rape.
You should write a self-help book. I think that would be like the woman's Bible. Like,
I'm
and
actually-
just call it the shit I get guys to do, and then like everyone would buy it.
You know what? My book will be out this month. Well, actually December. So my
nice.
first book is called The Life, and it's about my whole life in the industry, kind of from 18 years old till now. And I did put some cute little blurbs in, some good little tips about like anal sex and how men should look at things opposed to how women look at things. But I do realize I found my writing voice, and I'm already planning on writing another book when I'm done.
Good.
What's some of the tips? Let's share some of the tips with some of our listeners.
Okay, well,
They need
first
to know
of all,
some of the tips are anal sex.
anal is not easy for everybody. Some girls will say anal is easier for them than having vaginal sex, and some girls will say it's impossible. I didn't grow into anal until I was in my 30s, so I didn't shoot it. I wanted to learn how to enjoy it before I shot it on camera, so I really had to discover it. And anal is best with silicone versus saline lube, 100%. So
silicone, okay, let's get
silicone. Don't use silicone lube on
Don't.
Your vagina. Just use it on your anus.
But I'm all wild down there. How do you keep it away from the...
Listen. These are the things you got to... You shouldn't be going back to forth anyway.
Not back to forth, but sometimes you're going in and you miss.
Well, if you miss, that's an accident. That's called an accident.
But that'll be all right.
Animal.
But I'm saying that the silicone...
You fucking just stab and...
Anywhere it goes. It's in there. It's
Tarzan, fuck.
Come on.
Yeah, I go hard.
Just use your hand to guide it a little.
I'm like, whatever's down there, I'm a mush.
Don't just hands-free stab away.
And here's a big tip for women. Most women are inclined to clench their jaw. And your jaw is directly connected to the muscles around your anus.
I know, that's true.
So you want to relax your jaw and breathe through your mouth, and that's going to help you a lot as well.
Oh my God! Well,
Thank you for looking at me when you said that.
I love her already. She stays so long. I love her.
That explains why my dentist is always like, relax your butthole. No, thank you for clearing that up. I appreciate it.
He's being very accurate in a roundabout way.
Holy shit.
Yeah. And now I feel bad for pressing charges.
Oh, Philly girl.
Oh my God.
Say the darndest things.
Philly girl. It's always been you. Now I see who was meant to be here.
It's
it was Philly
always
girl.
been you. Oh man.
Philly's a wonderful
Gilbert,
place.
do you have any
So
questions?
you started getting fucked up the ass,
Right.
so you could film it.
Yeah, I did discover it because people were starting to offer me a lot of money to do it on camera, but I wasn't yet ready to do it. And I didn't do anything really my first time
You
on
mean
camera.
filming you getting fucked in the ass?
Yes, sir. You like having this conversation?
Yes,
Who doesn't?
yes.
Eye contact. Very nice.
I had this conversation with Robert De Niro. Meryl Streep said the same exact thing.
I'll tell you what, Meryl Streep has a line
Dame
in a
Judi
movie.
Dench said
gotta edit it
she
out for
likes
the show.
to get fucked in the ass before she could get filmed.
That was on.
getting
I heard
fucked.
she said that on Entertainment Tonight. She did
Yes,
say it.
yes.
On Entertainment
I think-
Tonight.
I think Mario Lopez asked her.
How long are we going on about the amount of jism he scrapes out of those dimples, Mario Lopez?
Oh yeah, he hit one or two
He
things.
needs a melon baller to get it out.
Jessica Tandy, while she was making Driving Miss Daisy, used to get fucked in the ass by Morgan Freeman.
Not Hugh Cronin? Morgan Freeman. I didn't think Hugh Cronin
The
would
shit
stand
I'm
for that.
learning right now is like, it's
Yeah,
amazing.
this is the Hollywood of yesteryear.
Yes.
The Hollywood of yesteryear. That's a fucking series
Gilbert,
right
there's
there.
a lot of Hollywood confidentials.
Are any of them true?
Yes, and Julia Roberts admitted to me that she once had James Earl Jones fuck her in the ass.
Oh, wow.
Darth Vader?
Vader went up in there.
Yes.
Bingo's Traveling All-Stars.
Yeah. This was...
Well,
it was touching.
it's moving.
I like this chemistry between the two of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
I mean,
it's
I've
almost
seen-
rapey and
I've seen
annoying.
amazing chemistry
fucking
between guests
rapey.
It's
before.
amazing.
It's super like I can see things going places.
Lisa,
here.
Ann, do you ever see yourself getting married?
I was married once.
Who was it?
Can you believe it? Just a random white guy. I know.
That's the name of the second
crazy.
Orlando? A Joe Harahay, perhaps?
Like a
producer?
Joe Harahay.
Is that how I say it, Joe?
Yeah.
What is it?
Harari.
Well, I'm not saying that.
Harari.
Hooray.
So
It's
you're,
Joe Hooray.
you're gonna have to
Joe
take the
Hooray.
last name of Ann.
Yeah, he'll do
Okay.
it. Joanne.
Who was you do? How long were you married?
We were together for 7 years. We were only
Okay.
married our last 2 of them.
And
We're
you grew
still
up where?
friends. I grew up in Easton, Pennsylvania, so her accent is like ever like when I'm home and I hear people talking in the store, I'm like, you illiterate motherfuckers, why don't you pronunciate your shit? Everything just runs to get my brother. Even my
like,
brother.
didn't I see you in a porno now?
You think you got
Boy,
Philly
no,
girl
yeah.
down, but then she comes back up.
She's never ending.
No, I can read.
So I'm not opposed to getting married again. I absolutely love being married and would do it in a second. Yeah.
Well, why didn't you like it?
It's not that I didn't like it. He was my first boyfriend. I kind of forced him in. It was the first guy I ever lived with. I was in my early 20, like 24 when I met him, and I was taking a hiatus from the business. It was just a lot of things at one time, and he was like that best friend I never had in high school. We like rollerbladed together, had bikes. Did a lot of ecstasy.
He was gay as a
we
gay.
were swingers. We were swingers when we were together. No guys for me, but a lot of other girls in our life. A lot of other couples in our life. And
Okay.
it was just an experimental time in my life, but we were very
Amazing.
different on things, like values on money. Our work ethic was 2 things you cannot fight about is money and your work ethic.
And money's the number one thing to break you up.
And you can't have one person lazy and one person going for it. So
What if you're both very lazy?
then you can be lazy together. I mean, I wish I could have the mentality of a slacker because then nothing would bother me.
Yeah.
Nothing would bother me, but I just can't. So, but we're still good friends. I wrote a little bit about him in the book, put some funny pictures in. He doesn't know
Oh, really?
Here's what did make me laugh when she was telling me on the phone about Belle is the amount of it's almost like comedy where it's like you think it's an easy job that anybody could do, and then you get in and you're like, oh, it's like kind of hard.
It's
And
a
I
real
watch-
job,
Then I
hon.
watch some YouTube fucking kid who just has spiky hair. I'm like, this shit, that's what these kids do. But she's saying that to porn stars. Like, you don't want to work? I fucking practice anal for 6 months before I dare come in front of the camera.
You
Are you
kids
gonna come in
today.
here like a fleshlight?
No, you know what else? There's funny things that would happen on set as a producer. Girl comes walking onto your set. She's doing a gangbang today, and she looks at you, and she's like, so, my new boyfriend doesn't want me to kiss anybody, so there's going to be no kissing during the scene. And they'll tell you this. And I'm like, fucking bitch, what? Like, I'm paying you. Like, I'm still the boss here. I know you're an independent contractor. Your head's not on straight. But I would always say to the girls, so your dude's totally okay with the gangbang.
With the gangbang, but you can't
The
kiss.
but no kissing.
How did that?
Porno relationships are great. If there's a guy that meets a super hot porn star, you'll notice 2 things would happen. One, she either starts just doing girl.
Yeah.
He still gets to fuck everybody,
Yeah.
though. It's fantastic.
My boyfriend said I can't fuck Capricorns.
And then, or she only does her scenes with him. And I hate to tell y'all, but no one wants to see the same 2 people, especially if you
Yeah.
know they're together and they like each other.
Ah, that's the worst.
Ruins the porno.
It ruins porno.
They need to be strangers
No,
who
you
are
have a
slightly
mortgage.
disgusted by each other.
You have a mortgage together? Patooey. I don't want to see you
You
pulling
guys
through
have
like
kids together.
You
Stop
have a
fucking in
mortgage.
front of me. This is offensive. It's
But
offensive.
I always felt that way, even
Okay.
non-porn films.
Yeah.
When you watch like a legitimate film where you know that the actor and actress are actually a couple
Yeah,
in
yeah.
real life, and they're supposed to be romantic,
Yeah,
and
like, ugh.
those give me like
it's
Yeah.
creepy.
It's awkward.
weird.
Yeah, we don't
It's
want to
like
see your
home
real
video.
love.
It's
Yeah.
like Ben Affleck and Jennifer Garner together in a movie. Ugh. I mean, not
Or
like,
before that,
Yeah.
Ben Affleck and
Or J-Lo.
Unless it
J-Lo.
was a porno
Yeah.
movie, because I would definitely
or Ben
watch
Affleck and Matt Damon. They
Yeah.
were in love. And that made it awkward for me to watch that.
yeah,
double.
no, love's just awful.
Love is awful to
You
see.
know, that's what we're talking about. Like, I think in every movie that has a man-on-man, horrible, like deliverance, like rape scene, like I've seen all of them.
Wow,
And
why?
didn't-
I don't watch anything like that. If there's movies
I
like
know.
that, what are you talking
You've never
about?
heard Deliverance?
She knows
I can't
about
watch it. I never saw it.
But you've heard of it.
Right,
It's
but
famous.
I know not to
Pulp
watch
Fiction
it.
you've heard of.
I did watch
She
that.
saw
Okay,
Ving
so
Rhames
really
get
You saw
rammed
Pulp
in.
Fiction.
Yeah.
I saw that scene like at least 7 times. I saw the movie 2 times. No, I've seen it a lot. And Oz, I watched every episode of Oz, right?
Yeah.
And I wasn't like fast forwarding. And I realized like point out to me Thomas Dale. He was like, because like just the love is what's grossing you out. And I'm like, oh right, like
Yeah.
if Ving Rhames was on his back in Pulp Fiction, and they had like candles, and he was like,
You would hate it.
I'm like, get this the fuck
Fuck
off!
off.
Punch him in the ribs like a man. What do you love him, dude?
I feel that.
Or you want to get married to him?
Wait, what?
You picking out curtains together.
It's like a straight guy, like gay panic. A lot of it is more about the fucking love,
love.
and not. That's why in prison,
It's not the gay sex that he
people turn
hates.
gay.
It's the love that
But
he hates.
aren't they rape scenes in 2 of those?
Yeah, those right.
The point is they don't love each other,
And that's why he can
it's
watch
not
it.
Yeah,
good.
that is
Yeah.
part of the.
2 humans loving each other. That's what's
Could be a
repulsive in
secret
a
love
movie.
in the rape.
I think with men, it's
hilarious.
man-on-man rape scenes are in more popular movies that like have a wide release or whatever.
Do you know what? I've never seen a man-on-man rape
American
scene in my
Me?
entire
You never
life.
saw American Me?
Let me tell you,
No,
but
why?
part of that is because that's so much more like terrible for people to think like, oh my god, a man might get raped, like a man might get treated like a woman, like women can be raped in movies. That's like
because
women
then
get
I will
raped on
get
the
revenge
subway.
on
What
the
are you
bad
talking
guys
about,
with my Marine training. I don't understand what the problem is.
What are you
when I
saying?
take on the mob myself, we settle that.
We talking about who rapes
That's how
the best?
movies
What are we
work.
talking
No,
about?
in movies.
No, it's just the idea of like, it's just like in movies, we represent rape against women because it's just like, oh yeah, that's normal, that's never going to change. But like, God forbid a man get raped.
Right, because it's like you, because it's on you that you should be able to defend yourself, even if like Sherrod
Are there
was coming
any
at you and
movies
you
out
couldn't.
there that I'm missing where
Wait,
the
me?
woman rapes the man?
What?
Where's their
Have
woman?
you been watching American Horror Story?
No, of course not. I
Oh, it's
can't
pretty
watch
good.
any of
The
that
girl with the
stuff.
dragon tattoo.
Oh yeah,
No.
Girl with
Yeah.
the Dragon Tattoo.
Girl with the
Couldn't
Dragon
watch that.
Tattoo.
Yeah, I tried reading the book and it just like crying.
Have you ever shot
happens
any
in the
rape
movie.
stuff, like
No.
porn stuff?
No.
Like coming through the window with a
No.
mask on?
No. Okay, I'm not
Well-
turning around.
Yeah, but there's a big difference between like that fantasy, like. You know what I mean? Like, lots of people that are normal might be into like a rape fantasy.
I censor
It's just-
what goes
right.
into my mind, television wise, very much so. I get all of my craziness from the news, so that's it. So I don't know about that, but I would like
That'll
to
fuck
see.
you up worse than the shows.
Yeah,
The news
I
is
know.
too PG,
I
but
hope
not
you're not
PG.
watching Swamp
What are we gonna
Murders.
say?
No, I don't watch any of that. I
Oh,
watch
it's an old
totally
swamp murder.
light TV and a ton of sports. I watch hours a day of sports. So,
Oh, that has nothing to do with rape, so you're good.
Let me think about some rapes. You
but
watch
it's always their
Kobe?
girlfriends and they stay with them. So what do we care?
You watch the Kobe trial footage? Kobe Bryant?
I
I can bring
did.
rape into sports. That's the
Yeah.
easiest fucking combo.
I did it. You know what? I just don't think there's a white girl in the world that wouldn't fuck Kobe Bryant. So when she screamed rape, I was a little bit questionable.
Well, my girl better not. Where is she? Hey,
like
she's
that.
gone. What the fuck?
I mean,
Where's
it's the
Kobe?
Mamba. I mean, it's the Mamba. Just to say you did it's a bucket list shit.
I would fuck Phil Jackson just to say I did it.
Of course you would.
Excuse me, but I have to chime in here. Kobe Bryant went to high school in a Philadelphia suburb.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yep. History.
And he likes to represent himself as like being from Philly, but he's from the suburbs. So like, no, thank you. I am a white girl, and I will not fuck Kobe Bryant. Okay.
Oh.
Philly girl has to draw a line.
I gotta
And
draw the line
respect
somewhere.
it. I respect it.
You know what? If you're coming at me from the suburbs, no, thank you. Go home.
What about Allen Iverson, though, Philly girl? Allen Iverson, he'll be in, right?
Thug.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I would do him in 2 seconds.
Alien Iverson.
Consensually.
Of course, because the only thing Allen Iverson ever bought and paid for cash was his Maybach. Everything else he financed, and now he's like broker than broke. Like he owes more money than he started out with.
Does he?
Yeah,
Where the
he's
fuck
a
did
ton of
Maybachs
kids.
come from? Was that just a rap thing?
Germany.
Him and his
No,
6
I mean,
or
when
7
did they
kids are
become-
gonna have to live in that thing.
Long time.
Yeah, like when did that become the car to buy a Maybach?
Early 2000s, maybe?
Yeah, what's
Yeah.
the car now? It can't
You have
be
to
a
be a
Maybach.
rapper
It's
to
still
really
is.
want one.
It's
or-
different
But isn't that one of
versions
those
of it.
cars
It's
where
like
you're supposed to have a
Mercedes-Benz.
driver and then they drive themselves and then somebody
some
made a
of
rap
them,
song
yeah.
addressing that?
Yeah, it's
About how to
ridiculous.
operate your Maybach?
Yeah, it's
AI.
just...
You're a big hip hop fan, Gilbert.
Oh,
When-
yes.
When do you think it?
Yeah, I'm down with that.
Are you down with that, OPP?
Yeah, I'm down with that.
What's your favorite?
Yeah, I'm in the house.
That just happened.
It don't even sound like hip hop. It sounds like what your grandparents say when you call them. I'm in the house. It's like, yeah, I know. I called you on your phone.
It sounds like you just hit a life alert bracelet.
I like to get chizzy with my nizzy. Yes.
We are writing an Adam Sandler movie right now.
Yeah.
Classic.
Oh my god! Every time I always forget what I'm going to say next after Gilbert laughs.
You're losing it. You're losing your mind.
Also, I got
It
real
does
hard.
happen.
We should have some news stories when we come back from break. We're going to take a break in a
Oh,
minute.
we got to do the break?
Yeah, we're
Is
going
it
to
already?
yeah, about 3 minutes away from break.
Oh shit!
I mean, shit's been flying by. We got Gilbert in here.
I
We
know
got
the
Lisa
show flies
Ann.
by.
Huh? We got Christine. We got Aaron on the news.
We got to do the news with Aaron now. With new news, Aaron.
I'm glad we got like Jezebel Newsy.
Yeah,
You guys are
'cause she-
stepping it up in here, huh?
No, we get the
Yeah, I see
A-team.
what's
for
happening
noticing,
over
baby.
here, yo. I see what's happening up in here. You guys got a nicer studio than us, too.
Do we?
Where's
Yeah.
your
What studio you have?
They're still doing the construction on ours.
Oh, in the
so
back
we're
over there.
What's your
dreaming
show?
that Monday nights I'm here for Lisa Anda's Fantasy. It's my show on Sirius XM Fantasy Sports
didn't
Radio.
know that.
11 p.m. at night, I do a 1-hour fantasy sports show with my co-host Adam Ronis. And then on Thursday mornings, I'm part of Morning Men on Mad Dog Sports Radio, and I do an hour of sports talk on there as well.
Look at you. What you, Aaron? What's the Aaron Anders or Andrews?
You know,
Well, since
my
we're doing
thing.
plugs, my podcast is Gilbert Gottfried's Amazing Colossal Podcast on gilbertgottfried.com.
Boom.
And at Caroline's next Wednesday, my special guest will be Artie Lang.
Can I
on the
come?
podcast.
Oh, yeah.
I
Artie's
beg your
coming next
pardon?
week.
Can I come next Wednesday?
Yeah, well,
Oh my God, Lisa. Lisa, what are you doing?
Can I come to Caroline's next Wednesday? I mean,
You can come all over Caroline's next Wednesday. All over Caroline's face.
Sherrod, I don't think that's what she meant.
Oh,
I
no,
think
she
what
was-
she meant
Oh,
was
my
like,
bad.
can I attend? Can I attend?
Oh, my bad.
yeah, I have a friend that's going to be in town. I'd like to entertain her and take her somewhere exciting. I think maybe your show could be exciting.
no, you obviously know nothing about me.
What's the link? Did we share the link to the YouTube link so everybody's got it?
love it.
Share it on Twitter and all that so people know that we can watch it live right now. All right, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back. Race Wars, baby.
Race Wars. We'll be right back.
Hey, if you ain't been yet, you better go now. Harrys.com. That's right, Harrys.com. How many times me and Kurt got to tell you, you look like a mess. Shave your face, shave your head, shave your legs. Use Harry's. You get the 3 blades, you get the shaving gel or the cream. They both hydrate your skin. Huh? And you get it $5 off if you use the promo code RaceWars. Use the promo. Yeah. Race Wars, be back, baby.
Was that the long play?
That was a great song right there. That's
now
Armin's.
Armin's here. Who's that? Armin, where is that song or
That
whatever?
song is for, the name of it is Forget About the World. Where can
Yeah.
they pick it up, Armin?
iTunes, just search Invisible Kids.
Oh, give him the.
Go to
just
Invisible
here.
Kids. Come to the mic right there. Give him
Come
that
on,
Goldstein
yeah.
mic.
Just let him talk in the Goldstein mic.
So you can just go to iTunes, search The Invisible Kids, and the album's called The Changes LP.
Nice.
Okay.
That was a dope song,
yeah.
baby.
Yeah, wasn't it?
Appreciate
I
it.
know, but 30 seconds of it would have been sufficed.
No, Kurt, stop it. That was a dope song.
We could just hear Armin's part and save the other part for later.
He produced the whole thing. That's the whole. He
Oh,
did the
you
whole song.
produce
He
it.
produced, sing.
What
That's
do you
all-
do, man?
He
You
does
play?
everything.
What do you?
No, my roommate.
Oh.
Roommate does.
Oh, your roommate too. Yeah.
Does. I just sing and write.
There you go. His roommate produced. He sung and wrote it. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Well, thanks.
So yeah, look for the Invisible Kids on iTunes. Name of the song is "Forget About the World."
All right. Tell great job Shelby did on the commemorative cable
Oh,
song.
Shelby!
Speaking of music
You
producers.
killed it, man. Pardon the left, brother.
You're not getting raped.
Hey,
we just
Shelby.
decided.
Look at his
Have
little
I
face.
met? Oh, I did meet you already. You took photos for us. I remember you. You were a little nervous the first time we met, weren't you?
Well, look at those
Yeah.
boobs pointing right at him. What do you think he's
This
gonna
is
be?
the kid you want to rape, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
not now
I
because you did a great job.
No, you're
Rape his mouth.
so right.
It's a mouth
you
rape.
see what I'm talking about?
Why not? Like this.
Like a
why-
young
I-
Gilbert. Looks like young Gilbert Gottfried
He
over
looked
there.
like Pinocchio after he turned into a
Shelby,
boy.
we're sorry that we came at you so quickly, but this is all coming together for me, and I get it.
Yeah.
I completely
Anybody
get it.
came at you yet?
Anybody came at you?
Don't worry,
came at
we
you
got
yet?
your back up here at the Sirius XM building.
Well, listen, we don't have time to sit here raping Shelby. We have to get to the news.
All right, let's get to the news.
Aaron,
Aaron's-
what's in the news?
You know what? I just
Wait. Go ahead.
I just had food delivered of
Oh, the
these
pretzel
long.
rods.
Can
Yeah.
you take one of these pretzels and show us how deep in your mouth you could put one? Of
Oh,
these?
that's a good point. It's just
Yeah.
a pretzel.
Yeah, were you talking to me?
Lisa Ann.
Can you please be specific?
Yeah, can you be more specific? Because I'll eat all the pretzels all the time.
Yeah, yeah.
You don't even want to take Philly Girl and a pretzel off?
Soft pretzels, hard pretzels.
Gilbert,
Them little
listen,
nubs.
we need to keep you here for the rest of the night for this show, and I don't want to cause any sort of cardiac situation because only reason being, do I put you under, we can't get anybody to help you up here because security is so tough downstairs, so most likely you will die. And
He's prepared to deal with
I
that.
don't want that on my conscience because I still like to go to your show on Wednesday.
Listen.
So I'll bring a pretzel Wednesday night and I'll show it to you then.
And make it
then-
disappear?
and then you'll,
You make the pretzel disappear?
I don't even think he wanted to see it that bad. I'll be honest. I think he was just saying that.
He does,
Well,
he does want to see
let's
that.
do the news. But if you have any
Lisa,
updates,
Jesus.
urgent
Oh,
updates,
okay.
come in the news, please.
Aaron, what you got for us, babe?
I don't know how to segue from pretzel dick mouth to Russian.
Oh, you know, that's the
to
benefit
this.
of setting up the news segment.
Yeah.
You could just,
So, first item in the news today: a Russian plane went down after taking off from Sharm el-Sheikh, Egypt, killing all 224 people aboard. Initially, ISIS claimed responsibility. There was no evidence to support that, but now. This afternoon, some officials from the U.S. intelligence community spoke to CNN, and they say that it seems like an ISIS bomb planted aboard the plane is what caused the explosion.
That's what they're saying. The UK already canceled all their flights out of that area. They're saying that they because they don't know exactly, but they think that it all points to somebody put a bomb on the plane.
Boy, Al Qaeda must just feel like the biggest punks on the planet
Al-Qaeda
right
are
now.
the Ja Rule
They've had a
of
hit for.
they're the Ja Rule of terror.
I was thinking they were
They
like
got
the,
50 Cent by ISIS.
I was thinking they were like the Lil Kim, and then this
And
is
then
like
there's
the
Nicki
Nicki.
Minaj.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Oh,
And we have
could be.
ISIS coming in being
Yeah,
Nicki Minaj.
and Al Qaeda's like a sad plastic surgery disaster, and then this new big ass, this sweet big ass terrorist comes in. Wow, if Al Qaeda was a rapper, Gilbert would know about him.
Yes.
That's how.
I would
That's how
say Al
out of it.
Qaeda would have probably sucked his dick.
Yeah, Al Qaeda's sucking Gilbert's dick right now, and ISIS is out there putting in work.
And where's the Taliban at this point?
They're
They're
a group now.
meaningless.
They're in
They're
Afghanistan.
performing on cruise ships.
Yeah.
They're on the fucking
I got
cruise
a show
ships.
with the Taliban up in Yonkers at the Raceway.
And they also serve at the buffet during the day because you have to have two jobs if you work on a cruise ship.
Oh, do you?
If you're an entertainer at night, you have another job during the
All
day.
right, well-
Yes.
I knew Isaac was pimping on a love boat.
Yeah.
Wasn't all bartending, nigga. You pimping, nigga. I know a pimp when I see him.
Yeah, he
Sea
was
pimp.
doing laundry during the day.
He's a sea pimp.
So wait, so why do they think it's ISIS now? Do you know? Like they thought it was like they were like, we don't believe you, ISIS.
The evidence is showing that
Yeah, it said, okay, I'll read the quote from the CNN story. It says, quote, "There's a definite feeling that it was an explosive device planted in luggage or somewhere on the plane," the official said, stressing that no formal conclusion had been reached by the U.S. intelligence community. So at this point, it's just speculation, but they're like,
the families are mourning in Russia. One of the dudes on the plane won the trip because it was a
Really?
resort. He won a trip and
to
told
see
his mother.
God.
He told his mother, "I'm going to see the world."
is this like,
Oh, what the fuck?
isn't there like an
Young
Alanis
Russian dude.
Morissette song about this?
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
I guess it's ironic.
Oh yeah.
I said it in my best
He's
Russian
gonna go
accent.
see
But
heaven.
the scariest aspect of this story, I mean, in addition to a plane just blowing out of the sky, was part that I like kind of bolded on this thing. It says that the officials say ISIS is not proven to be nearly as advanced with bomb-making capabilities as Al Qaeda, a group that U.S. national security officials believe were working on non-metallic bombs
Yes,
to be
the same.
smuggled onto
Remember
planes.
before
Like
the
plastic?
Black Widow chicks who blew up the plane in Russia. Remember those two? They used a
Yeah,
liquid.
vaguely.
They used that liquid to blow the plane up. That's
Where
the
did
same
they
thing
hide
they
the
think that
liquid?
was used in this. In the luggage.
It was
in
disguised
that
as
case-
an innocent envelope of jizz.
In that case, the women. in that case, the women paid one of the employees at the airport to let them on the plane without getting checked. In
How
that
much
case.
money did that employee take?
It was
What
two
up?
loaves of bread. It was
Ain't some
Russia.
shit. Yes.
Yeah.
2 loaves to get you 3 girls.
Oh well, they don't want to. You know what? Nobody wants to think ISIS is like branch it because they're always like they'll just stay there. People like
Oh,
they're
no,
not
they
going to
branch
get
out.
us because they're not very good at getting people to do shit here.
Do you
Like,
really feel safe by airport security?
No, not at all. But you know, I don't know.
I just
I
feel
want to
safe by
not
the
take my
numbers.
shoes off if that's what you mean. I'll take
it's
that
a
risk.
It's a numbers game, and I just feel safe by the numbers. I just don't think I'm going to be on the terrorist plane.
I think the
And
moral
I'm not
of this,
trusting these fucking could-be McDonald's employees working at fucking TSA.
Yeah, Sherrod
They
is
could be
less
working at
safe
Burger
walking
King.
down the street than he is in
Exactly.
the air.
Thank you.
I think the moral of the story is go move to a place that you like and never leave it. Like never ever leave. Don't
But
go anywhere.
I will say though, like, of course, I'm afraid of ISIS and Al Qaeda and Taliban, but ain't nothing scarier than a Russian dude.
That's a fucking fact.
They're
Russians are no good.
mysterious. They're always trying to
Northeast-
nab you.
And they own all the strip clubs in like Northeast Philly.
Oh, they'll beat a girl.
They bring in
That's not
Russian
why-
girls that don't speak any
See?
English that like I think they house in basements.
Do you think they go
Oh my
upside those
God.
girls' heads? Do
That's
they have
how they get
Are they
you.
ever abusive with those girls? You think these Russian guys?
Well, they have their passport in their safe, so yes, that's pretty
They're so
abusive.
Wait,
They know
tell-
they're not going anywhere.
Where's Liam Neeson to go save these girls?
Wait, because you had all those Russian students, right? Yeah, so just because Russian dudes are fucking like I guess the Jews are all right.
Well, first of
If you
all,
gotta talk
these
to a
Russian dudes in
First
New
of all, the
York.
Jews are not all right.
Oh,
These are the Jews.
Second of all,
These Russian.
that's
no,
my Jew
that's
girlfriend.
me.
Wait, 1 second. These
I don't fuck
Russians.
with no Jews.
These Russians that we're referring to as Russians are actually asylum Jews from Russia that the
So they are
Russians chased
Jews.
over here. They're not the Russians that fought Rocky. These are the motherfuckers that the Russians chased in New York.
Yeah, some of them, but not all of them.
Not all of them, but the most of them in New York is all
Because I know
Jewish.
I've met a few
They're all
that
Jewish.
Here's why I know it's not all of them. Because quite a few took me aside and were like, "What do you think of Jews?" Like, so I'm guessing you're not.
Also,
a
you
Jew.
found that one dude who's not.
No, I've never known. But you got because she did this ESL school. That's where you really learn that foreigners are not better
Well,
or
here's
smarter
the-
than us at all.
Everybody
Not at all.
likes you if you're a blonde girl. Like across the board, that's everybody's thing. In
Take
the
it to
whole,
Haiti,
the
bitch.
whole world. They love it.
please don't take it
Jew
to
or
Haiti.
not Jew. But yeah, Russia, like most people don't care for the Jews. Like almost no one's a fan.
No, that's
No,
not
the
true.
Russians.
I
Tell
like
the-
the
who's that
Jews.
guy?
I like
You
him.
had some Russian kid, right?
The
that-
boxer?
that didn't believe Fringe was a real show.
Oh, he kept
Yeah.
calling it Fringle. Yeah, he would insist that it was Fringle.
Remember the show Fringe?
He would
that was
insist.
like it was like yeah.
And I
How
go,
old
no,
was
it's
he?
Fringe. He was like a young kid. He was like 20 or 21. But I go, Fringe, it's Fringe. And
But-
he'd go, but why?
But no,
I
but
don't
why he
know.
thought
I
it was a
don't know.
comedy? He told you it was a comedy.
You remember it better than me.
Yeah.
I thought Fringle was a comedy. He was such a
Well,
treasure.
because it was a woman as an agent. He was this comedy because woman is FBI.
So he was like Borat.
And
Like,
she didn't suck us.
they're like Borats, is what I'm saying.
yeah.
Yeah, and she had her clothes on pretty much the whole time. He couldn't fucking believe it.
Yeah. Well, do you see that? Somebody sent me this article. I think I have for some reason on Facebook, like a feminist fight club thing pops up. But so here's the headline. Did you see this headline, Aaron? It said it's like a female astronaut team, and it said like female something pilots ask if they will miss men and makeup in space. And I was like, holy shit! I'm like, what? Really? And I go and it's like, oh, it's in Russia. Yeah, obviously they said that in Russia. Like,
Oh yeah.
there's the headline like, please put that it's in Russia. So I don't think like at NASA they're saying that. Of course, Russia.
It's
They're
like
lucky they got on a fucking spaceship in
That's
Russia.
a really funny question to ask like Russian women because a couple of years ago there was like this article about how Russian women were like, we don't like these men. And just like they're not because they're such fuck ups. They're just
Yeah.
like drunk, vodka swilling fuck ups. And
Yeah.
they just don't want anything to do with them and their dash cams and whatever it is.
But
they
a lot
do.
of them
I
do
believe it.
like them. I mean, you know.
but like there's like
I would
there-
clean up over there,
It was
boy.
like some apartment
I would
building.
clean up in
would
Russia,
probably,
baby.
yeah.
It is
Yeah.
a supply and
Probably.
demand thing.
But then
There
you
has
sure
to be
would, but
a
then you get
demand.
fired eventually for being.
I'm not working over there. I'm working at
You
ass.
can get piece of shit Russian men if
Dumb
there's no
joke.
demand for them. Somebody wants that. That's why they keep making them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Who, Russian men?
Yeah.
They have like a low life expectancy because there's so much alcohol abuse over there.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah.
You know what Yakov Smirnov said about that?
Gilbert,
Shut
did you
up.
know Yakov Smirnov?
Of course.
You know all of them.
Yeah, he used to beat women, and he'd make them. He'd say, you know, in America you have passport. In Russia, passport have you. What a country!
The 80s.
Before or after he beat them, would he do
Yes.
that?
Yo, that accent straight up terrifying me. I'm really scared right now. Like, you gotta tell me before you're gonna do a Russian accent in my vicinity.
Did you know Taylor pretty well? We used to have Taylor Negron on a lot.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
before
yeah.
he passed,
That
God
guy
bless
was,
him.
he was so fucking good on the show.
He was great.
But he was telling us like hysterical shit, like about he bumped into Carrot Top. I guess now that he bumped into Carrot, there's like this gay alley when he was living in L.A. where you go to get your dick sucked.
Yeah.
Not by baseball players, just by
yeah.
regular.
No,
You know
it's
where
regular
you live.
mouths.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and,
By your house.
and he saw he goes, "Hey, Carrot!" Like he called him Carrot. and you know, it's Taylor, so he's gay, so he's not like judging him for being in Dick Suck Alley. It's
Right.
like behind Taylor's house.
Right.
But he said fucking he looked like panicked immediately when he saw him. Like, although he is like a redhead, his face just kind of looks like that too. That could be.
Yeah, he might not have been panicked at all.
I would have called him Mr. Top. Just as a sign of respect, I think.
Yeah, it's good.
I call him Sherrod.
But then he like,
what's up, Sherrod?
He had like a blanket and he exploded it and he was like, "Oh no, my cover's blown." That was Christine that said that, not Billy.
What other stories you got, Aaron?
Prop comic.
Donald Trump is now losing in a national poll to Ben Carson.
The Black Ben Stein.
Yeah, a new
Black Ben Stein.
That's what I call him. Black Ben Stein, man. What a bore.
Oh, that's a good nickname. It's an NBC Wall Street Journal poll that shows Ben Carson is polling at 29% of likely Republican primary voters. Donald Trump, the former frontrunner, is at 23%. Marco Rubio at 11%, Ted Cruz at 10%, and Jeb Bush at 8%.
Good for Marco Rubio for moving up 9 points. Little fucking Puerto Rican. Good for him.
I'm still surprised that fucking Kermit the Black is passed by Donald Trump.
You know, if everyone had a gun, I could probably have stopped their shooting.
You know what they found today? They found like this graduation speech that he gave like in the 90s where he talked about how he thinks that Joseph built the pyramids. And it was for grain. Like, this is a real thing.
Ben
Carson thinks that
he's a one-day evangelist. Kirby's kind of been.
He's not doing what he thinks that. First of all, a lot of people this day think that Jewish slaves built the pyramids.
No, he thinks that Joseph built it to store grain.
No, that.
Like, not to put mummies in, even though they were full of mummies.
Joseph who? Do I know him?
No. This is
the coat guy
Joseph
from the Bible.
One of the patriarchs of Israel. So
okay.
I don't think you know.
If he's
him.
one of them, I don't know.
A lot of Josephs in Philly, though. There are.
Yeah, that's fucking hysterical. I love that fucking, like, you're waiting to the Bible and you just mix up shit like that.
Yeah.
Because there were people like that in my church that were like, yeah, there's probably a stegosaurus on Noah's Ark.
Yeah, it's like Bible fanfic. It's like people they take it as like a writing prompt. They're like, all right, so there were Egyptians and then this guy Joseph. Like, let's pretend that Joseph made the mummies.
Or if you've seen Technicolor Dreamcoat,
he did have a Technicolor Dreamcoat. He made stuff happen.
That is kind of what happened.
And boy, did he have a wonderful 27 waist.
Is that dumber? Or smarter than?
I
if
used
you
to
think?
have a Technicolor Dream starter jacket.
I think you still have that.
Yeah, Miami Dolphins. Just because I like the colors, though, not because I like the team.
She's so Philly all the time.
So Philadelphia.
She's never not Philly when she says a thing.
More Philly than the crack in the Liberty Bell.
Yeah. Cream cheese.
If you think aliens built a UFO or built the pyramids, is that dumber than Joseph? What's dumber there? Aliens did it? Because I like the alien one. Because you're like, why would they help us make shit out of dirt?
It's dumb.
Wait, like, what's Ben Carson alien? Said that, or
it's
you're just saying in general?
I'm just saying, like, if I had to debate Ben Carson, what am I coming in there with?
Are you going to vote?
I always vote. I'm definitely voting. Kurt's not going to vote. Kurt's not voting.
Yeah, maybe.
Kurt's not voting. He never votes.
You know what?
Are you going to vote?
Of course I vote. I can't wait to vote. I go on the Upper East Side and annoy white people in my neighborhood.
Oh, well.
To the same dumb school with them in the morning.
I didn't know Sherrod was doing that, so yes, now I will be canceling his vote.
I've been voting since I was 18 years old.
This could be a great segment for the show. You guys could Periscope it.
Periscoping?
Just waiting in line to vote, people staring at him like how proud he is to vote.
You know what else we can Periscope? I just got some suggestions.
That's the idea.
Good God, I might even do stuff to her. If I don't get nothing else in my life, Kurt, I gotta have it.
How is Ben Carson? You think Ben Carson could win? I say Trump could beat Ben Carson for the nomination.
I mean, after Obama won,
who do you say?
I'll say anybody.
I know once we stop talking about sports figures blowing me.
Which of the candidates would have blown you, if any? Would any of them? Would you want any of them to? Who'd you want?
Bernie
to blow
Sanders. It seems like he's a Bernie Sanders kind of dude.
Yeah, that could be.
Is that?
What about Cosby?
Whoa.
He's been on Cosby too. Cosby's your boy too, Gilbert.
Oh yes. You know, one time though.
Okay.
I was Cosby knocked me out one time.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was like half awake. And he was fucking me in the ass,
Right.
Cosby, on the set of the Cosby, on that big couch
Oh, yeah.
that
Dude,
they
that's
used to
legendary.
have in the
Where
Huxtable
his
living
Jewish
room.
relatives would be introduced. Yeah.
And he was going, yes, he was fucking me in the ass. He was going, Sousy go, howsy gowsy go.
Did he offer you a pudding pop when it was all said and done?
Wow.
Well, that's what his penis looked like after he pulled it out of.
Wow.
Tried to tell it to you.
That's
See, when my mom and I were talking about this date rape issue, I said,
Amazing story.
all he had to do was offer a girl like me a pudding pop, and I would have just gone for it,
that was a true Hollywood story for your ass.
Numb it up. Numb it up.
Wow. I can't believe you remember his exact words like that.
Yes.
Like it was yesterday, huh?
Oh, it was right in his ass.
It was very painful.
It
hurts me to talk about it now.
So he was thick. A lot of girth there.
yeah.
Was there girth?
What about now? when
Speaking
you
of
came
Philadelphia, that's Bill Cosby's hometown.
Girth.
Oh my God, it is.
He ever came at you,
Now,
Philly girl?
because Philly people are loyal to their Philly stuff.
Well, let's see. Maybe she went to Temple. Let's see what Philly girl knows
Yeah,
about Bill
maybe.
Cosby.
I did not go to Temple University.
Goldstein did. That's right.
Goldstein, do you want to weigh in on this?
I support Cosby, Bob Saget, Hall & Oates, all the great Temple alum.
I thought you were naming rapists.
Oates.
Wow.
I'm like,
I was like, Hall & Oates? Really?
Wow.
Damn, I missed that
I got a
story.
Hall I can see. Oates.
Sherrod, I got a mustache ride from Oates.
Oh, did you?
What do you mean?
You
sat on Oates' face from
That's
all
what he was
those.
saying.
Yes, sir.
Huh? Why?
Don't go further into
Because
that
of
dumb
his
joke.
soulful voice.
Oh.
I would like to
just
say
believe, yeah.
my opinion on the Bill Cosby thing, because you had asked, is I know for a fact that he also hurt other Philadelphians, and in my opinion, like that gets you like out of my good graces.
Because some victims were from Philly.
Yeah, you don't do that. And so, like,
Yeah.
here and now, I say no thank you, Bill Cosby. I'm not a fan. I'm like the little
she's
white
tough but
kid.
fair, Philly girl.
I'm like Peter, the little white kid that runs out the front door. I'm like,
Oh,
no,
Peter.
thank you. That's how
Oh,
I
yeah,
feel.
Peter.
Yeah.
Was he a little fat kid?
Little fat kid.
Oh, right.
So don't rape the locals, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Well, generally speaking,
Locals
no rape,
rule.
but yeah, I guess.
But if you have to, not the locals.
Not the locals.
But don't overall.
Can I say one time I was at a rest stop in high school, like on some field trip, and these boys came over to my friends and I, and they were like, oh, they were trying to talk to us, and they were like, our friend is Peter from Cosby Show.
Peter?
Yeah.
The little fat
The
kid.
little
we just
white kid.
All right.
It's like
And-
working with a chimpanzee
I
with this thing.
I know. I work with them all day at Amy. And like that,
Yeah, we
like,
work together
poor
already.
Peter was like just standing over there and like waving like yes, hello, and his friends were just pimping him out to like talk to girls, and he brought over his driver's license, and it was Peter from the Cosby
Didn't he
Show.
still look like the fat kid though? Did he?
He looked like himself, like grown up. You know, he had thinned out or whatever.
Why do I not remember this kid?
The little fat kid.
His
Peter.
bit was he used to run out the
He's
door
a-
all the time.
Oh, wait a second.
Remember when Bill Cosby
Yes.
Do you know him, Gilbert?
Yeah. You know,
Yeah.
I know who it is now.
Who is
yeah.
it? Oh.
Yeah, they were like the next door neighbors.
Yes. He ruined Bill Cosby's knee. He ruined his knee. He was so heavy on it. Remember all the other kids were light. He was heavy.
Oh, I remember now.
I thought you had a
and
story.
he always had like the deadpan look on his
Yeah.
face.
Yeah,
He
well,
was afraid of everything.
It was just a fat look,
Maybe
really.
he just knew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had seen everything.
He had seen everything, and he
was the only one. Stood there like,
It's how he got the job.
Peter, I
his
like
mouth
you.
shut.
You keep your mouth shut.
It's like
You
some
keep your fat
Empire
mouth shut.
shit, you know? All right.
What else is in the news?
Well, there's more Donald Trump stuff.
Oh,
Because
let's hear it.
he might be falling behind, but he's got some stuff coming up. He has a new book out called
That's right.
called Crippled America.
Yeah.
It's
And-
about Lieutenant. It's about Lieutenant Dan.
He should have put.
Crippled America. I love that you put crippled in
Well,
it.
look
He
at
should have
his-
put Uncle Sam in a wheelchair in the front cover.
He looks like on the cover. His face looks like the face of the like possessed portrait in Ghostbusters 2.
Like Vigo, the master of evil?
He looks like he's taking a shit.
to battle
I
my
mean, look
boys?
at the face. He
It's
looks
not
like he's
legal.
taking a shit.
You know
Can I
it.
see that?
You know it.
Wow. He looks like weird. It's like he's stooped over. It looks like he's walking away from America after it just fucked him in the ass. Stupid America.
Gilbert, does that look familiar? Gilbert.
I thought you were cool. I thought America was way cooler. You guys suck.
The book's gonna be #1 on New York Times.
Oh, he's got a blue tie. That's not a power tie.
No, the book is going to be #1 on New York Post.
That too.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Because can I tell you some of all the politician books? You know, they always make a stupid fucking book like "Hopes of My Father."
Yeah.
It was stupid shit. Who would read that?
Everybody.
I wouldn't read
Just
it.
a
but
country full of people.
I
Not
would-
us.
Him and Saddam Hussein's novel. Those two ones are my top guys I would
love
try
that.
to read. Saddam Hussein's books, I can't believe that will never be published here. You know, he wrote 3 novels, like thriller spy novels.
Erotic
Is it
novels?
spy or is it like mob?
They're just, whatever they are, I would
Right.
do anything to read a translation of Saddam Hussein's
I'm sure you can get it.
amazing
I
fiction.
bet they're just as good as like Kim Jong Il's movies.
Wait, is Joe?
Well, you know, supposedly that Sacha Baron Cohen movie, the one people were like kind of mad about.
The interview?
No,
The
Dictator? The Dictator
The Dictator.
was supposedly based on one of Saddam Hussein's books, or maybe that just he heard Saddam Hussein wrote these events, but maybe he read the book. I don't know. I'd do anything to read it. And the OJ book that didn't come out, if I did it, I would have read that book.
Oh yes.
I like how you just list books you would have read.
They couldn't. They said no go. We're not going to put them
But
out.
books
Do
that's
you
actually
read
out,
books?
he's not going to read
Yeah.
any books that's printed or published.
Dude, the books aren't available. Is what I'm saying.
I know,
You understand?
but-
I would read them if I could get my hands
Right,
on
but the
them.
joke was that
I think
all the
maybe
books that
Kurt
are
can't
published, you don't
read.
want to read them. But all the books that's never getting published, like this. Oh, I came that close to reading.
This is your part of-
That was the
Who,
joke.
me?
Dum-dum.
Can
Yeah.
you read, Kurt?
I'm a.
Will you read
extremely
my
literate.
book?
You have a book?
Will you read my book?
Will you give me one?
Of course.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
I'll totally
bring you-
read it.
And
I won't buy it. but
you
I'll,
can read
I'll-
it to him,
I'll stick the
or I can
pages
come
together.
over and you two can lay in bed and I'll read it to you guys.
I can
Okay,
help.
well, we got a lot of
She's
good
not
options.
talking to me when she's saying
Now,
it.
there's
No, hold on.
I thought
Can't
you
stand
two
this.
read
Me
it.
and Christine have plans.
No,
now
no,
listen.
no.
Kurt's got a book
I
called
heard a rumor
Uh-huh.
that Burt Reynolds wrote a book,
Right.
and it can only be released after he dies.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah, that's a rumor.
That's
I
a-
heard.
Now that's a good rumor.
Yeah, that's
That is a good rumor. I'm ready to kill Burt Reynolds right now. I mean, I'm ready to hire a guy to make that book come out if
I
that's
mean,
true.
if anybody got some great Hollywood stories or smash-ins, it's Burt Reynolds. He touched everything.
Yeah.
And you know he went upside Lonnie Anderson's ass.
There's only-
went upside
well,
her head a couple times.
What about
He
Farrah
titty fucked
Fawcett?
her.
Oh,
Because
who
Farrah Fawcett.
Oh,
Do you remember Farrah Fawcett died same time as Michael Jackson?
Same day, he stole her shine.
Yeah, but
Oh,
she
so
died
sad.
of colorectal cancer
Oh, yeah.
from HPV.
Yeah,
because
she
she was
got
real
from-
cool about anal apparently. But whose fucking HPV was it? I wonder.
You think it's
It was hers.
Burt
wait.
Reynolds?
Yeah.
So you're saying she caught the anal cancer from someone?
From HPV.
Let's throw
which
the
you catch
allegedly out there. Let me
sexually.
just mention
That's
allegedly
how
a
you
couple
get
times
that
before we
from
get to it.
HPV.
No, I like his story better. Yeah.
Everybody likes my facts much better.
But I know the courts will like it too. So let's just say allegedly.
She's dead. Was she gonna sue me?
Her estate is not dead.
The
Her
Farrah
estate
Fawcett's
is alive and will sue you.
Those
That's how
ass
it works.
fuckers. You
Yes.
tell them.
Charlie's Angels will come
I
after you.
just like I thought it was pretty. No, she came out and said the whole reason. You know, which I always thought was cool.
After she
'cause
died, she said she died. She had
before-
HPV from
when
anal
she was
sex.
dying from it, she
Okay.
was very open, and I don't know if she came out and said anal sex directly, but the way she said it was like, oh, she's pretty cool about
She said, I had my fun and now I'm shitting my life away.
something to that
Whoa,
effect.
Charlie's anal.
More poetic.
Yeah, it's been done, so you know.
Charlie's Anal?
Anal's been
Wow.
done. Yeah, it's a great title.
That
No,
is a
she
great
was
title.
asking if you knew where to download it. Where now? Who? Yeah, and
Back to you.
yeah. What's the?
Charlie's Anal.
All right, hold on. There's like
Aaron,
4
you got any more?
conversations.
Yeah. Well, we've done a bunch of Trump stuff, but he's hosting SNL this weekend.
That's
and,
right.
Hispanic groups are protesting it.
Yeah, I saw him outside of Rockefeller Center. It was
Good.
2 dudes. One said he was late to work, so he had to leave.
Oh my gosh, they'd be so much better off in California having these protests since we just have the most Hispanics.
And
Well, it's different in California, right? There's not like a Mexican thing here like that.
it's Mexicans here, but everybody's
But
working.
there's not a discomfort. Well, a buddy, even people in like Peru or places where they get mistaken for Mexican a lot.
Oh, yeah, that's
like
the
my
area.
buddy Frank told me when he lived on the West Coast, he never had white friends until he moved to like east to Philly and shit because they don't talk like people don't talk like
They
that.
don't
Where he was
mix
from in
as
LA.
much. I agree.
Yeah, so that's like a lot more bad blood in them kind of states. Like I'm like, yeah, let Mexicans go. I don't care. But
Because
they
it's
have
more
like
us them. It's more us them when you got more space to be us them. We all on top of each other in New York, so it's like this us niggas. Wheeze.
Yeah, I don't. You have to tell me that.
No, I know.
I live in a much worse spot than you.
I know, and I revel in that every day.
I live in Washington Heights, down the street from a loony bin, an outpatient loony bin. So there's no clear marking. So it took me a while to figure out that like all the Dominicans aren't just crazy.
And I'm on
I was like,
Upper East.
I didn't know they were so crazy. And somebody finally took me aside, like, yeah, there's a loony bin on the block.
And I live on the Upper East Side. When Kurt comes to visit me, I have to sign him into the block, to the neighborhood.
Yeah, not the front.
He's not the kind of white they want up there.
Their neighborhood.
From the
I don't know how they see me get
I'm
in.
not going to come to 3rd Avenue to get him.
I love it.
So the
He's
protesting.
with me.
I mean, what is the protest like? And you know,
So
go ahead.
They're mad because he's, Donald Trump isn't really careful with his words. I think he's called them crafty and rapists.
And
But
rapists.
he,
It's kind of
just
a
to
big
be
one.
fair to Donald Trump, but not that I think he's great, but he did just say the illegals, right? Like he's
Right.
not like, or is it that he says illegals to say Mexican, right?
How is that fair to him? Like he said that about anyone that was here illegally.
He said that Mexico is sending their criminals, their rapists.
He said not all of them, though. To be fair, he did say, I'm sure some of them are nice.
Well, that's what I think's the reason what's wrong. Like when we have Ann Coulter on and we get in this argument because she'll say how the media is not showing you. Yeah, she's great on the
Yeah,
show.
she's on the show all the time.
The way she argues,
She's a
like,
big friend of the
like
show.
she looks at the immigration thing where it's like they're not telling us how many, what percentage of crimes are being committed, by these illegals coming in. I'm like, all right, but like, what percentage of illegals are rapists? Like, that's what I want to know. Like, because you want me to paint all of them by this one brush.
The
And so
picture
she's
is
asking
brought
a small,
up because first-generation Hispanics that come to America are normally from the generation of people who that is very common on the fields and in other surfaces of their life where rape among young girls, just like in a lot of third world countries, is common. So what do you say when Anne talks about, I just finished her last book and I loved it when she talks about the fact that we're not tracking this. Yeah, we can't track him in LA. If you get in a car accident 9 out of 10 times, it's going to be an illegal. He's going to look at you. He's going to tell you he's an illegal and he's going to bail, and you're done. So the uninsured motorist in Los Angeles is so incredibly high because they think that 70 to 80% of the drivers are driving illegally.
Wow.
That's unreal.
That is crazy.
I don't know, like if we're talking about rape and the type of rape that
Well, when aren't
happens
we?
that we're afraid of, the type of rape that Donald Trump is afraid of isn't the type of rape that's happening to girls that are working in the field. He's worried about white girls getting raped. He doesn't really give a shit about like migrant female workers getting raped.
Well, most of America really don't, to be honest with you.
No, and that's fucked
Shouldn't
up.
be here in the first place. Should leave those jobs for America.
The penalty for coming to America illegally should
Leave
not be
those rapes
getting
for
Right, I agree.
Americans.
It should not be victimized.
What I want to know is, does he go to an all-inclusive resort in some place like Cancun on vacation? And
Yeah, the
just
Trump
like,
resort. The Trump resort is the most huge, is the best resort.
It's the classiest, huge.
But here's
what I'm
the
talking
real
about.
fucking puss in this whole story. NBC Universal, who fucking canceled Trump's show, fired him from the show. We won't be associated with this. And now he's hosting SNL
But
this weekend.
he shouldn't have a show and run for president.
But here's
though.
the thing.
I mean,
but no,
I
here's
don't
the,
think
they
that's
didn't fire him because
oh.
of that. They fired him over his comments and said he won't be
Oh.
on NBC anymore. And he took him off of Univision, which they owned.
Right.
And now he's hosting SNL this weekend
It's
on NBC
disgusting.
Universal.
Yeah,
Because
should
it
SNL
shows you,
have
it shows
even
you Lauren
political-
Michaels.
Yeah.
Lauren Michaels is more powerful than fucking NBC executives.
And that is true.
Are you for them having politicians on SNL,
Yes,
or do you
always.
go for the Liz Winstead thing, which I kind of agree? She's like a politician shouldn't get to be like the guy, like the funny one, like. They should never get to have that
You
position.
should never have to put any fucking limitations on any of these guys. If you can be that guy, and you can
Yeah,
still
but
govern.
I see where
if
you're
you can do
saying.
that and govern, do it. But
In
if you can't, don't do it. Don't
In
be
other
involved in it.
countries, there's no entertainment value allowed to their politicians,
Well, some
and they are
countries-
viewed one way, and they have a structure to be
Right.
one way. That's all they
Well,
do.
some countries of Philippines where Manny Pacquiao sings, boxes, and he's the most powerful politician there.
Do you think that if Donald Trump said something
like as egregious about African Americans or about gays that SNL would be having him host?
You know what?
I don't think so, maybe.
No, I don't. And I'll tell you how this is, because I think he did say
Because the citizens are not citizens.
Because there is a real problem with immigration. So it's not like if you were just saying stuff about blacks or gays, the shit people tend to say about them, especially with the gay thing, is like insane, like made up shit. So he's putting a negative spin on a thing that's already a real problem.
And plus, when he say blacks, he's talking about Americans. If he say anything else, he's talking about Americans. So when he's saying illegals, he's not referring to America.
I think that's how.
So
I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying that's why I think the difference.
No, but
that's the out.
I think that people are so much more psyched to get upset about anti-gay things or anti-black things. But if something's like anti-woman or anti-Latino, it's like it's not as cool to get worked up about it. So it's like interesting to me that it's like some Hispanic groups are protesting because he said this one thing about Hispanics rather than like all the insane fucking things he said about women.
You are right about the hypocrisy of getting worked up about some shit about a group you're not in, which is what all these fucking bloggers.
Well, that's what
on behalf of all of them.
And people at SNL, it's all rich white men making the decisions.
Gilbert was on SNL. What do you think about this?
You know what? He got lost a couple minutes
Once again, for pinpoint political commentary. Gilbert, you handle this one.
Throw it into you. We're going to lob it to you, Gilbert. You got this. Come on.
Who's sucking the most dicks at SNL?
Tell us right now. Who's sucked your dick at SNL? Come on.
Yeah.
All right.
Quit.
Well, what's an example of a woman
He's
thing?
staying out of it.
Like a woman thing where somebody, like Latino is Donald Trump, obviously, or whoever, but like
But
what's a woman thing that where people weren't mad that like they should have been mad? You know what I mean? Like
Donald Trump made a joke about Megyn Kelly.
Yeah, in the
having
debate.
her
And it was
period.
hilarious.
She was the thing that would have been hilarious is if he would have owned it, but he didn't. He pussed out after he made that joke.
He only said that about Rosie O'Donnell.
No, he said this is what he said. He said the Rosie O'Donnell thing during the debate.
Right.
But after the debate, via phone, he said to another station that she had blood in her eyes, blood coming out of her, whatever. And then when he was confronted about it, he was like, "No, he did that Donald Trump like little
But he said
like
ears
jazz
or something.
hands thing."
I don't
and
know
he
if
was
he
like,
maybe
"No,
he meant
I didn't mean that. I didn't mean that." It's like, yes, you did. You pussy.
wow,
like
he's
own that.
He's even better than I thought he was.
But yeah.
dancing out of that.
You can't run for
beat him
president
unless
and
you're
say
Ben Carson. Apparently,
you can't run for president with real money and say, "Yeah, I said she had blood coming out of her pussy."
You can't say it. You can't say it in the beginning.
I can say it because
No,
I ain't running for that thing.
No, he shouldn't say it to
Abraham
me.
Lincoln
This is a guy that if he was
he said, she's got blood in her pussy.
Okay.
That's
and he saved
that's
America.
written in
That's right. He said 407 bloody pussies ago.
yes, it's on the bark of a tree. He wrote it.
But how is
blood in the pussy?
I like that Trump said all that shit, and everybody's like, "Oh, people love this awful Trump," and then they love Ben Carson even more. Like, that's not even like shitty enough. They're like, "Now we want a guy who's like, oh, Joseph in the pyramids." Like,
here's the thing about
Scary.
here's the thing about like the national poll of primary stuff.
Uh-huh.
Like the reality is we don't all vote in primaries on the same day. There's an order that it happens in, and the order that it happens in tends to weed out the more extreme candidates, especially for the
the
GOP.
bums.
Yeah, because like blue states vote before red states.
Yeah.
So it's settled before we get to the super deep south or the super red states who's going to be the nominee.
Yep.
Like that's why people are saying it'll probably be Rubio now because he's like the least crazy. He's third. Trump is not going to win early primary states. We're not going to see Carson winning early primary states. A guy who thinks the pyramids were built to store grain is not going to win early primary states.
Voting has always been the same thing. You know you're going to have a foot in your ass when you vote, so you just look for the person with the smallest feet.
Yeah.
And right now, Rubio, as far as Republicans, like he got the smallest feet.
Yeah. I mean, for a lot of primary voters, yeah. And in the states that are going to vote first, that's their tendency is to vote that way.
And this happened like 4 years ago where we just cycle through the GOP candidates and everyone kind of gets their like moment in the sun and then we like use them up and like squeeze all the crazy out of them.
McCain was like that. I like McCain was like when it was him against Obama, the people who were like fiercely against Obama and they like it's like you love McCain so much now. What about when he's run against that fucking chimp
McCain
George
was great.
W. If he was such a great man,
Okay, right.
They're like, no, I mean before a black guy.
McCain was great when he was running. When people try to make it a racial thing or make it like Obama wasn't American or he was Muslim, and McCain, I give him credit for this. He always checked motherfuckers on that.
Well, he probably fucked up bringing Lisa's famous character.
Yeah, my nemesis, bringing Sarah Palin into the mix really
I have to do
stirred
stuff
things.
to you in that outfit.
Isn't it amazing?
I just wore it last weekend. Actually, you got to meet me for your very first time. I was dressed as Sarah Palin. Isn't that weird? Oh my god! First impression.
I have to have that, Lisa.
Isn't that crazy that Lisa played Sarah Palin in a porno, right?
Yes.
And she's
in a series of 7 pornos,
right.
okay?
But that you were like as or more qualified to be the vice president than actual Sarah Palin.
She's absolutely more
But
qualified.
the version is
Tina Fey
has her
actually
shit together more.
Tina Fey wrote me into an American Broadcast Association speech right after Palin was pulled for this, and she said, Lisa Ann might know more about foreign policy than me and Sarah Palin, but I know more about three-ways than both of them. So it was very much the common joke, and
we'll test that theory.
I spoke at the convention. Like, people were giving me like floor time to actually set up a fake podium everywhere I was and like talk. It was
that's
phenomenal.
What convention were you at? The
That's
RNC
amazing.
or the DNC?
I went to the RNC and the DNC.
In Tampa?
Yep, I was at the
Wait.
RNC
I was in
and
Tampa,
Tampa.
too.
I was
Aaron,
dancing
when
at
is
the dollhouse.
bonding?
Hold on, when is CPAC?
CPAC is
Do we
usually at
miss
the
it?
end of February.
Right,
They
in the-
haven't
Okay.
started. They haven't started media registration yet, but
Yeah.
you guys should.
We're going.
Okay,
We're
because
going.
here's my idea. Because I really like the idea that we go play CPAC. But what if Lisa Ann was there dressed as Sarah Palin at
That would be
CPAC with us?
amazing.
Oh,
That
How
yes.
fucking incredible would that be?
We got to make sure we
At the
don't get thrown
conservative-
out right away, though.
Yeah.
But yes, we will do
You think
that.
we would?
I think that there's
Of
a fair
course we
number
will.
of, and I know that like this is going to betray my.
Are we
like,
doing it?
Does the name
liberal-
Race Wars help?
There's
or
like cool
hurt
people
us?
there. There's cool people at CPAC. There are
You gotta
people that
switch
are
it up.
like actually kind of chill and funny.
Oh,
and have
yeah,
good sense
yeah.
of
No,
humor.
run into
Ann
guys
said
all
she
the
would-
time.
Because Ann's going to be there, right?
Yeah,
I'll bet
Ann'll be there.
yeah. Well, now they're kind of on the outs with Ann Coulter, aren't they?
Yeah, they're not super into her as much.
Yeah,
anymore.
people.
No
They,
matter.
I would love to get a photo with me dressed as Palin with Ann Coulter. Like,
Oh,
that
I got
would
you.
know.
Oh, I
We
got
can make it
you.
happen.
my life. Like,
Oh, we're gonna have to do a
that
movie.
8x10
Me, you,
in
and
my
Ann.
house.
Oh, I already
I'm
got it.
checked out, man. That would
And
be
then-
dope.
Oh, me,
Let me
you, and
tell you.
Ann in the movie, Lisa.
in a dream world, Gilbert Gottfried would be dressed as Uncle Sam. Just how great would that be, Gilbert, as Uncle Sam at our table at
Chicka
CPAC?
bow wow.
Hey,
I hear
yeah.
that music starting already. Chicka bow wow.
This has
As
been
crippled Uncle Sam.
Crippled America.
I was fucked in the ass.
So many times by Bill Cosby.
Holy shit.
I know exactly what he said.
This episode, it was amazing.
Why, are we already at the end?
We only got like 4 minutes left. I want to find out where Gilbert's going to be.
Gilbert Gottfried's amazing, colossal podcast on gilbertgottfried.com.
Yes.
And my Twitter is Real Gilbert.
Alrighty. What do you got, Shawty?
Lisa, what are you
Oh,
doing?
Lisa, go ahead.
Well, I
Don't
got
step on
my
our guest, Kurt.
book coming out. It's
Should-
called The Life, Playing Palin, My Love of Sports, and Living to the Fullest on My Own Terms. You can also tweet with me and hit me on Instagram at The Real Lisa Ann.
I'll hit you right here. And I'll be at
Hit me with your
Caroline's
best
on
shot.
Wednesday with
And Gilbert will
Artie
be at
Lang.
Caroline's on Wednesday with Artie Lang
Yes.
and myself and my friend. And
Yeah, and
hit me with your
I'm
best
gonna
shot.
be hitting that.
You're
man.
a real tough cookie.
Oh, man.
With a long history of breaking little hearts like the one in me.
Yeah.
Before I put another notch in my lipstick case. You know, that's Pat Benatar.
Ah, this is a beautiful poem that's
Thank
happening.
you.
Yeah.
Bravo.
It's Pat Benatar, Hit Me With Your Best.
Lisa,
I did it in 5th grade in my
I've-
talent show, and I still remember it word for word. It's my #1 karaoke go-to song.
I played Kaniki in 5th grade. I was the first black Kaniki from Greece.
Well, I have never seen.
We sharing stuff.
I've never seen someone take Gilbert this seriously in my entire life. Like, he's not making real statements. You. Don't.
Oh, don't worry. I can feel it. It would feel like this. It would be like a tap. I mean, what's he
It's
got?
not even a thing you got to worry about.
What you got? Those little arms, huh? Those little
Oh.
strings in your sleeve there.
Oh, Aaron, anything going on with you, or you can't talk about nothing?
I can't talk about anything, but next week there'll be something going on.
Okay, good.
All right, cool. And what's up with you, Nay?
I also got
Oh,
a
yeah,
book
Chrissy.
coming out. It's called Don't Be Dirt, You Little Dirt. But I wrote it on the inside of a Corn Pops box.
So
Which
look
is
for
a
it.
lot harder than you think because I didn't take the box apart. I did it while the box was still.
Wow,
corn.
that takes some talent right there.
Thank you. Also, I'm at Nanglish at Twitter.
Boom. Booyaka
Everybody else
shot.
got shit to promote. Oh, our buddy.
Oh, Armin's song.
Just
Make sure y'all go to
point to people.
iTunes.
Yeah.
Invisible Kid. Go ahead, Armin.
Yeah, Invisible Kids on iTunes. Albums Changes LP.
Yes, that single is dope.
Yeah, and you can check us out. We also, if you don't want to buy it, you can just listen to us on what's that fucking website? Spotify.
Yeah. Spotify,
right,
yes.
Karen, hurry up because we're
2 minutes.
And Cross the Mouth is still on with half of us plus other people, but it's still going strong.
Yeah.
And it's like a really dope show. So listen to Cross the Mouth. We're on iTunes, and you can rate us and
That
review
show
us.
didn't pay Caitlin either.
Yeah, we make $0, but just listen to us anyway.
Okay.
All right, that's it?
Yeah, we're
all right,
done.
so Race Wars, we're back. We're back next week. We got a great show next week, too. Check us out.
You'll never have a better show than this one.
We
Lisa,
will if we
I'm
just
going.
sit back with the how I said.
Lisa, listen to me. We're gonna fuck.
Sherrod, you're being weird.
Yeah,
You're making it uncomfortable.
This is like the part from Out of Sight with J-Lo.
He said that to me too, so.
And was I lying?
Yeah.